WHIR is your phone number to call in this morning. That's 238-9447. We're so happy to have you this morning right here on the Joe Show as we do the national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our phone number this morning to call in is 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447 as we celebrate birthdays on this 5th day of the month of November. That's 110525 on your calendar and getting your B-days and your anniversaries on here. 859-238-WHIR. Let's do a little birthday party celebrating on Wednesday, November the 5th. Here we go.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Okay, birthdays today look like this. Happy birthday, Logan Richmond celebrates. So does Jan Campbell, Evan Harlow. A happy 37th wedding anniversary today to Carla and Chris Foote. And also, happy birthday to Pam Yamick and Rob Salee.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Yeah, again, birthdays, Evan Harlow, Jan Campbell, Logan Richmond, Pam Yamick, Rob Salee. Happy 37th anniversary, Carla and Chris Foote on our anniversary list.
Happy birthday!
859-238-WHIR. It is a Wednesday, the 5th day of November. So happy to have you on the show this morning. Typical Wednesday morning show we have lined up for you. First guest comes on here this morning at 7:10. That's Boyle County Rebel head football coach Justin Haddix. Again, Boyle County's game Thursday night, and we'll be talking about Whitley County's defense today. We did receive word yesterday afternoon as well that Danville's game has also been pushed up. They will play Thursday night at 7:30 as well. So Danville has pushed their game up 24 hours due to the incoming potential thunderstorms on Friday night. So Danville and Greene County will also play Thursday. That'll be 7:30. We'll have Coach Stonebreaker on here this morning at 7:20. 7:40, it's the County Agents Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. And Caitlin Farley joins the show this morning at 7:40 for the Boyle County Extension Office. 8 o'clock in the morning hour this morning, 8:10, State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe joins the show. We'll see what's going on with our state senator at 8:10 this morning. 9 o'clock in the morning hour this morning, 9:10, Boyle County EMS is on here. A Crisis Response Unit Wednesday. We talk with Boyle EMS every first and third Wednesday of the month. They'll be on here at 9:10. 9:35 this morning, Farmers National Bank is on the show. They are going to introduce us to a student who is up for the nationwide Lights, Camera, Save competition that Farmers National Bank is helping support. So we'll have Farmers National Bank in studio at 9:35. That's the rundown of today's show. We would love to have you on. Our phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. We've got sports coming your way next right here on The Joe Show with, well, I guess with me. So with the Big Daddy, with me, here's sports. Kentucky basketball overcomes a slow start. The Royals agreed to a contract extension with a longtime player, and the NFL trade deadline has come and gone. Those are the headlines on this Wednesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Wednesday morning sports. Starting off with UK, where Colin Chandler scored a career-high 15 to lead number 9 UK to a 77-51 win over Nichols last night. Otega Owe, the preseason Southeastern Conference Player of the Year, scored 9 of his 13 in the second half. Freshman Jasper Johnson had 11, and Florida transfer Denzel Aberdeen scored 10. The Wildcats overcame a slow start by outscoring the Colonels 49-36 in the second half to put the game out of reach. The Wildcats made just 3 of their first 15 shots, but regrouped to shoot 61% in the second half. Kentucky made 7 3-pointers in the second half as well, including back-to-back makes by Chandler, who ended an 8-point stretch with a one-handed dunk. Kentucky, coming off a 24-12 season and a Sweet 16 appearance, gave Coach Mark Pope his second straight season-opening win. In Major League Baseball, the Kansas City Royals and Salvador Perez have reached an agreement on a new 2-year contract. Per MLB.com's Ann Rogers, the deal is worth $25 million guaranteed. The Royals could have exercised a team option that would have paid Perez $13.5 million for 2026. But for now, he's tied to the organization through the 2027 campaign. Perez had become a true club legend since making his debut in 2011. The 35-year-old catcher and first baseman is a 9-time All-Star, 5-time Gold Glove winner, and was named MVP of the 2015 World Series when the Royals beat the Mets for the first title for their franchise in 30 years. In the National Football League, it was an active trade deadline. Quinnen Williams goes from the Jets to the Cowboys. Sauce Gardner from the Jets to the Colts. Rashid Shaheed from the Saints to the Seahawks. Jacoby Myers from the Raiders to the Jacksonville Jaguars. All those deals went down Tuesday, and even your Cincinnati Bengals were active as well. Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner, made good on the hints he'd been dropping about an active deadline. Quinnen Williams instantly beefs up the interior line of the defense, and Logan Wilson, a linebacker from Cincinnati, maybe a potential upgrade at linebacker for the Cowboys. The price to land Williams was steep, but the Cowboys still have both first-rounders next spring and instantly improve the defense with more resources to pour into and capitalize on a great season so far from Dak Prescott and the offense. Those are the headlines of this Wednesday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Big deals.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hi, Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android sales. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
There's something magical about Christmas in a small town like Danville. Danville's Small Town Christmas is back on Saturday, December 6th. There's so many fun things for kids like you and me. Pictures with Santa, face painting, hot chocolate, the Danville Polar Express train, and a lot more.
Other activities include the Vendors Village, food trucks, and musical performances, and all of it leading up to the Christmas parade at 6:30 on Main Street.
Danville Small Town Christmas, Saturday, December 6th on Main Street. The fun starts at noon. This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
Rayleigh Jofus, brought to you by our friends at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabs Danville Auto Body Shop. 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate and they work with your insurance company fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and doing paintless dent repair at Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, 68's the high, 35 is the low. Sunshine and 60 is the high tomorrow. Clear skies tomorrow night, low of 42. Friday, rain shower, 67 is the high, low Friday evening, 47. And again, rain, thunderstorms causing many football games to be pushed up 24 hours. Boyle County was already playing Thursday, but Danville will also play Thursday now as well due to potential storms on Friday night. Saturday, mostly sunny and 64. Sunday, partly sunny and 50 at 6:22 in the morning. Wednesday, the 5th day of November, 859-238-WHIR to call in. That's 238-9447 as we see what famous people are having famous birthdays on this famous day, November the 5th. Out west in Hollywood, our celebrity friends' birthdays today on November 5th look like this. Starting off on this date, 57 years ago, where actor Sam Rockwell was born. He's been in The Green Mile, Galaxy Quest, Charlie's Angels, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, Frost Nixon, See How They Run, Mr. Right, and Iron Man 2, as well as Argyle, but in a ton of movies. Sam Rockwell, 57 years old today. There you go.
See? I give you the gun, you give it back to me. This is that trust we're talking about, Ellie. Strangers on a train. And now look at us.
Yeah, there you go, Sam Rockwell, 57. That was a clip from the movie Argyle. Other birthdays today include, in the celebrity world, Kris Jenner, who's 70, reality star and celebrity mom. Kris Jenner, 70 years old today. The late aviator Sir John Alcock would have had a birthday today. He flew the first nonstop flight across the Atlantic Ocean. John Alcock would have had a birthday. Golfer Bubba Watson is 47 years old today, and the late artist Washington Alston, the painter and poet, also known for his 1809 Moonlit Landscape, would have had a birthday today as well. He was born in 1779. Celebrity birthdays on this Wednesday, the 5th day of the month of November. There you go.
This day in country music.
All right then, there, Mr. Voice. It was on this date, country music history, looking back at the year. Let's go back to 1911. Cincinnati, Ohio is the place, and Roy Rogers is the person. Singer and cowboy actor, one of the most heavily marketed and merchandise stars of his era. Roy Rogers would have had a birthday today. It was on this date, country music history, 1960. Johnny Horton was killed in a car crash near Milano, Texas, involving a truck. And it was on this day, 2003. Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett teamed up for the song It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere. And that's what's gone on this day, Wednesday, November 5th in country music history. Starting off all the way back in the year 1911, 114 years ago. Yeah, Roy Rogers, one of the most, again, heavily marketed, biggest stars of his era, as well as being the namesake of the Roy Rogers Restaurants franchise chain. He and his wife, Dale Evans, his golden Palomino Trigger, and his German Shepherd dog, Bullet, were featured in more than 100 movies and The Roy Rogers Show, which ran on radio for 9 years before it moved to TV. Rogers died of congestive heart failure July the 6th of 1998 at his home in Apple Valley, California. Roy Rogers would have had a birthday today.
Some trails are happy ones.
Others are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a
It was on this day, country music history, in the year 1960, where Johnny Horton was killed in a car crash near Milano, Texas.
In 1814 we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi.
Yeah, Johnny Horton, this date 1960, had several major successes, most notably during the 1959 year with the song The Battle of New Orleans, which you're hearing right now. It was written by a man named Jimmy Driftwood, was awarded the 1960 Grammy Award for Best Country and Western Recording. Johnny Horton died on this date 65 years ago.
And we see the British come, and there must have been 100 up beating on the drum. They stepped so high and they made the bugles ring. We stood beside our cotton bales and didn't say a thing. We fired our guns and the British kept a-coming. There wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to running on down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Old Hickory said we could take
And it was on this day, country music history, November 5th. We go to 2003, where Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett team up for this song.
The sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow.
Yeah, on this day, 2003, this song won the CMA Award for Vocal Event of the Year. The song became the number 3 country song of the decade on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. On this day, 2003, Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett said It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere won the CMA Award for the Vocal Event of the Year. On this date, 22 years ago now.
Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
There you go. That's what's gone on this date, November the 5th, in country music history. It's 6:28 in the morning, and bottom hour news is 2 minutes away. We're back in 60 seconds on The Joe Show.
Have the night, tomorrow.
Do you need a loan to start that new home remodeling project? Maybe you are buying a new home or refinancing your existing home. Whatever type of loan you need, Farmers National Bank is here to help you. Getting started is easy. Stop by a Farmers National Bank office in Danville, Bergen, Harrodsburg, Junction City, Lancaster, Liberty, Middleburg, Perryville, and Stanford, and talk to a member of our lending staff. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Some restrictions may apply. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Yeah, hey, 6:29 in the morning, 859-238 WHIR. Your phone number to call in, 238-9447. Had a great time last night at the UK basketball game. It was Jack's first ever UK game, and we had seats. My uncle has season tickets, who couldn't go, so he asked if I wanted to go. So me, Rebecca, and Jack went. We had seats in section 215, which is the upper level, but they were good seats on the sideline, and a lot of fun. Of course, UK struggled early in that game. I looked over at one point and told Jack, hey, I'm sorry I brought you to this game, man. Please, whatever they're doing on the court right now, do the opposite when you play. They stunk the place up about the first 18 minutes of that game. It was boring to watch, to be quite honest, but they turned it on in the second half. Kentucky with an easy win, 77-51 over Nicholls State last night.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
At least 7 people are dead from the catastrophic airplane crash in Louisville. Paul Miles with the latest.
The crash of UPS Flight 2976 left a trail of destruction.
We're talking about over 250,000 gallons of jet fuel that was on that plane. So we're talking about a very, very dangerous situation.
Louisville Fire Chief Brian O'Neill saying the resulting fire spanned almost an entire city block. Governor Andy Beshear warning residents,
do not go to the crash site. You will put people in danger. You will put yourself in danger.
And officials are telling people if they find debris from the plane crash, avoid touching it and report it to authorities. I'm Paul Miles.
TARC service will resume later this morning, but Jefferson County Public Schools is closed for the day. A Kentucky man pleads guilty to federal charges for destroying a statue of Mary and Jesus. Here's Scott Hooper.
Federal prosecutors say 27-year-old Marley Taylor of Hopkinsville destroyed a statue of Mary holding baby Jesus located at a Catholic church by using an axe to chop off both the statue's hands. Taylor admitted that he intentionally decapitated the statue of Mary and Jesus because he believed people prayed to the statue as an act of worship. The statue had been hand-carved from marble and imported from Italy. Taylor is scheduled to be sentenced in March. He faces up to 3 years in prison and payment of no less than $35,935 in restitution. I'm Scott Hooper.
The president and CEO of the Bowling Green Chamber of Commerce, Ron Bunch, is resigning after nearly 15 years of service. He was recently inducted into the Southern Economic Development Hall of Fame. In a statement to WBKO, Bunch called it an honor to serve the Bowling Green community. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
For most of us, power outages, however rare, are a frustrating inconvenience. For others, they're a matter of life and death. If you or someone you love depends on electrically powered life support equipment, give the friendly folks at your local electric cooperative a call. They can help by noting the situation on a special list of customers who receive top priority in restoring power following unplanned outages. We're Kentucky's electric cooperative, and our power is our people.
Intercounty Energy, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Thinking about buying a home, starting a business, or tackling a renovation? Whitaker Bank is here to help you make it happen. This is Ronald Howard. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Danville. We understand that every financial decision is personal. That's why we offer local expertise and reliable service. Let's find the right solution for you. Call me at 859-236-9822 today, and let's take the next step together. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Boyle County Fiscal Court may hold a public community forum to address a recent topic that's since caused some controversy. At their last fiscal court meeting, the Boyle Fiscal Court spent time discussing a Planning and Zoning Commission vote that would raise the county's minimum residential lot size from 1 acre to 5 acres, a move that Magistrate Tom Ellis said would make it significantly more difficult for a family to buy land to build a home on, with the cost of 1 acre of land around $30,000, making the minimum 5 acres means to build a home in Boyle, around $150,000 would be needed just for the land, and that's before building the house. There's also the thought, however, that raising the minimum acreage would protect rural infrastructure like roads and water systems. No decision was made, and the court agreed that they needed more public input before they'd make a decision. A Boyle County group is hosting a session on climate strategies. The Women's Network of Boyle County, in conjunction with Resilient Boyle, is hosting the public meeting next Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. It'll be led by Dan Noled from Inroads and a member of the Resilient Boyle group. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Again, it's Tuesday, November the 11th at 7 o'clock at Intercounty Energy's Community Room. The city of Danville is bringing the Traveling Vietnam War Veterans Memorial Wall to Danville next year. The city announced that they had come to an agreement with the Traveling Vietnam Wall to come to Boyle County as a part of the 250th celebration for Boyle County and the 4th of July military festivities next year. The dates of the wall being in Danville will be July 3rd and 4th of 2026. And one of the biggest events to honor veterans in the state will happen this Friday. Heritage Hospice's 15th annual Veterans Appreciation Luncheon will take place Friday at the Danville National Guard Armory. The free event honors veterans from Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties and includes a lunch and door prizes. Those who come are invited to park at the Danville Stadium, where they can be shuttled up to the Danville National Guard Armory for the event. Again, that's this Friday from 11 until 2 at the Danville National Guard Armory. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Every fan knows the advantages of playing on their home field. Hi, I'm Patrick McClure from McClure Bailey. Proud to be a lifelong resident of Danville and Boyle County. Our firm can provide a variety of services to meet the legal needs of you and our community. We're all local attorneys. We understand the needs of the people from Danville and Boyle County because we are people of Danville and Boyle County. Call the hometown team of McClure Bailey at 236-8888. Now located at 426 South 4th Street, just south of downtown Danville. Go Ads, go Cats, and go Rebels. This is an advertisement.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh, thanks for that. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at The Little Sign Shop are new owners and operators. They offer all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them, 859-238-7391, The Little Sign Shop. Sunshine, 68 is your high, 35 is your low. Tomorrow, sunshine and 60. Friday, rain showers and a high of 67. About an inch of rain possible on Friday. Thunderstorms as well, which is why, again, we're seeing high school football games moved up to Thursday. Boyle was already playing Thursday. And some teams do already, like, week 1 of the playoffs, because basically every team in the state's playing, they don't have enough officials. So they have to move some games up on Thursday so that there's enough officials to also call games on Friday. Bull County was one of those, and Whitley County, that agreed to play on Thursday. But now you got more games moving up to Thursday, which I guess is not that bad of a deal. The KHSAA is like, hey, play as many as you can Thursday. Gives us even more refs potentially for Friday. So storms on Friday have also moved Danville and Greene counties' scheduled Friday night game up to Thursday as well. 859-238-WHIR, phone number to call in. Larry Vaught giving us Vaught's Views. What's up, Larry?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
It's always easy to play the what-if game. What if Kentucky had scored in overtime and beat Texas? What if Kentucky had a little more offense early in the season? What if the injuries had not weakened Kentucky's secondary? However, the biggest what-if about Kentucky football this season is what if Kentucky had made the right decision and started redshirt freshman Cutter Bowling at quarterback in Game 1 instead of waiting for Zach Calzada to show that Kentucky had made a bad decision at quarterback again in the transfer portal. Maybe Kentucky coaches didn't think Bowling was ready to be a Southeastern Conference starter this year. Even if they were right, they certainly should be able to tell he's a better quarterback than Calzada. Kentucky coach Mark Stoops had called Bowling the future of Kentucky football, yet he had him standing on the sideline to start the season. Bowling had his breakout game in the annual loss to Tennessee, but he's also made the most of his every opportunity this year.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
The North American Championship Rodeo, presented by Rural First, returns to Freedom Hall November 13th through the 15th, 7 o'clock nightly. Non-stop action with bull riding, barrel racing, steer wrestling, and more. Friday's tough enough to wear pink night, supporting Horses and Hope program. Get your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com. The rodeo's only a part of the fun at the North American International Livestock Exposition. Learn more at livestockexpo.org.
In today's pay-for-play era, tampering goes on all the time. Maybe it's not schools directly reaching out to players on other teams, but players have agents and they get calls. Kentucky quarterback Cutter Bowling has done more than enough this year to have raised his potential salary for next season by a lot. And you just know that a lot of schools are already leaking that information to Bowling's agent. So even though Bowling grew up loving Kentucky, just know he's going to have plenty of lucrative offers to leave Kentucky after the season ends.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Larry Von Vaught's Views Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time on this Wednesday, the 5th day of the month of November. 859-238-WHIR is the number to call in this morning. It was funny yesterday at the game, so we left at the under 8 timeout just because, it's 9 o'clock at night. The game is theoretically over. Kentucky's up by 25. Let's beat the crowd. I'm glad we did because we were in and out in a jiffy. But as we're driving home, right when we get in the van, and we're about 5 minutes down the road, I'm listening to the game, and that's when Colin Chandler had the dunk. So we didn't even get to see the dunk of the year in the first game of the season. And when we got home, Jack told my mom, she was watching Rayleigh and our son Truett. Jack told my mom, we missed the dunk, Mimi. We came home, and we missed the dunk. But Jack had a ball yesterday at Rupp Arena watching his first ever UK game, though he's got a lot to learn because they play that intro on Big Bertha, the big screen there above the court, and they've got the clips of the highlights and all the radio calls of the championships and all that. And there's one clip of where there's someone saying the greatest tradition in the history of college basketball. And I look over at Jack sitting next to me, and I said, buddy, Kentucky basketball is the greatest college basketball program ever. And he looks up at me and he says, no, they're not. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yes, they are. And then I realize in his life, Kentucky ain't been the greatest tradition in the history of college basketball. We've been good at losing to St. Peter's and Oakland in the NCAA tournament, but we ain't been good at much else. So the Cats got to win Jack over, let him realize. Jack was born in 2017. He was negative 5 years old the last time Kentucky won a title. This is the year to let Jack know, UK, hey, we are the greatest tradition in the history of college basketball. 859-238-WHIR, phone number to call in here this morning. Scientists have spotted the brightest flare yet from a supermassive black hole that shines with the light of what they say is 10 trillion suns. Scientists have seen a black hole that's as bright as 10 trillion suns. Well, check out this black hole mattress sale going on right now.
The biggest black hole ever detected has consumed a star and now burns as bright as 10 trillion suns. Which means there's no better time to save big on a mattress than at the biggest black hole ever detected mattress blowout sale. Queen-size mattresses, king-size mattresses, all-size mattresses priced to move at the biggest black hole ever detected mattress blowout sale.
I got a nice pillow top mattress at the biggest black hole ever detected mattress blowout sale. Okay, I toss and turn every night because I'm worried about the black hole. But hey, at least the mattress was cheap.
You've got that right. So what are you waiting for? You'd better come get a mattress before the giant black hole consumes us all and ends life as we know it in an instant at the biggest black hole ever detected mattress blowout sale. Going on now.
Yeah, going on now. Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of good. 100% true. I almost say 100% hilarious. I've got my dad joke of the day intro in my mind. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Of course you are. I'm right there with you. These stories right here remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It is Mr. Floyd Kramer for ya. A little good news action on this Wednesday morning, and here we go. Story number one coming from Omaha, Nebraska, where an Omaha pizzeria gave away $20,000 worth of free meals in under a week to help people facing food insecurity. The overwhelming response shined a light on how many community members are struggling, and the experience has been emotional for both the restaurant team and the recipients. To sustain the effort, the pizzeria launched a crowdfund and accepting customer donations. They're also seeking partnerships with local businesses to continue supporting people in need. It's called Nolly's Pizzeria. They're in Omaha, Nebraska. Has given away $20,000 in free food in less than a week to help people in the community dealing with food insecurity. Nolly's Pizzeria owner Joel Marsh talks about how grateful people have been when they see pizza coming their way.
I've tried with many people, just because they're so grateful for being able to get a meal and not have to worry about where that's coming from.
Yeah, story number two coming from California, where a California hunter who went missing for 20 days in the Sierra National Forest was finally found alive by a group of hikers over the weekend after a 55-year-old Ron Daly's truck broke down high in the mountains. He took shelter in the vehicle before setting out on foot to try to find help. His family expressed deep gratitude to rescuers, hikers, and community members who helped search for him during a period of time that he was missing. And story number three, an 85-year-old Indiana grandfather named Bryce Tressler has published his first book. It's a World War II historical fiction novel called Thomas and Michael. The story centers on twin brothers separated by war and highlights the emotional experiences of soldiers and their families. Tressler hopes the book inspires others to keep pursuing goals at any age. The good news, a veteran grandfather publishes his first book at the age of 85. A hunter found alive after 20 days lost in the California wilderness. And a pizzeria gives away $20,000 worth of free meals in a week to those facing food insecurity issues. That's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good, folks. The good news. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours. Silliness at Sunrise is coming up next on The Joe Show. Here we go.
serving Boyle County seniors.
At A Gathering Place, we promote independence for senior citizens and adults with special needs through social, recreational, nutritional, and wellness programs that enhance quality of life. The activities that we offer are designed to keep seniors active and involved, offer socialization, promote friendship, encourage mental fitness, and positively impact overall health and wellness. To find out more, visit us at agatheringplace.org or follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
This one was such a team win.
As long as he's on our team, I want him to win 10.
Great to go out with a win and carry some momentum.
I'm Mark Darrow, and this is PRN's Garage Pass.
Hi, I'm PRN's Alexis Erickson. Want to listen to PRN anywhere you go? By downloading the PRN mobile app, you can listen to live raised broadcasts and have on-demand access to your favorite shows like Fast Talk, Pit Reporters, Garage Pass, and PRN's At the Track. Download today to make sure you don't miss any of the action. Get the latest racing information at your fingertips with the PRN mobile app, available on Apple App Store and Google Play. Find more information at goprn.com.
When Kyle Larson won his first Cup Series championship in 2021, he did it by winning the season finale in Phoenix. This time around, however, the California driver admitted his car was only average, but
It means every bit as much as the first one. And I thought that's kind of how it would be, but I didn't anticipate, obviously, winning the championship in the fashion that we did. So I think that takes it kind of another level up from what I thought it might feel like. Hopefully am fortunate enough to win other championships along the way, but I think each would mean something different and keep it equally as special. So yeah, this one was such a team win. I'll never forget it for that.
This one also brought Larson within 2 titles of tying Hendrick Motorsports Vice Chairman Jeff Gordon.
Records and championships, they're made to be broken. As long as he's on our team, I want him to win 10.
With the former Rainbow Warrior adding,
he motivates himself in measuring and looking at what's the next goal, the trophy, the championship. So I use it for him too. I'm like, buddy, you got 3 to go. You're only at 1. You got to get to 2 before you can get to 3 and then before you can get to 4. So we have a standing joke about, come on, come and get it. And I hope he gets it and plenty more after that.
When it comes to maintaining your engine to run at peak performance, trust Z-Max Micro Lubricant. Z-Max soaks into metal, so it's easy to add to your oil or gas to disperse carbon buildup in your engine, fuel system, and transmission. Protect your vehicle's engine to the max with Z-Max. Check us out at zmax.com or visit us on Facebook and Twitter to find out more about our full line of products. Remember the name Z-Max for your car, big rig, small engines, firearms, and more. That's Z-Max Micro Lubricant.
Since nobody really brought it up after the crazy title fight finish at Phoenix, it turns out Ryan Blaney actually won his 4th race of the season.
Yes, I would have liked to have run for a championship, but I'm very proud of this whole group. It's great to go out with a win and carry some momentum into next year, and we'll look at some things, that we think we can improve, and that's all you can do. You just try to keep building better and better every single year. No matter if it was a great year or a terrible year, you just always try to get better.
PRN's Garage Pass, not narrow-minded, Garrow-minded.
Saturday night. 1, 2, 3. Some rowdy reptiles are coming to town, and the Cats are looking for some new luggage. Hit the backfield and he's sacked. Florida Gators and your Kentucky Wildcats. Touchdown!
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5:30 with kickoff at 7:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Thank you there, Riley Jofus. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses and big-time discounts. Up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. SunShineLive.net. Sunshine 68 and 35 is the high and low. Sunshine 60 tomorrow, and rain shower chances on Friday. It's 6:51 in the morning. It's 52 degrees. Wednesday, the 5th day of the month of November. 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's 6th favorite segment on the Joe Show every morning. We call this the Dad Joke of the Day. Let's get it done, folks.
Dad Joke of the Day.
All right, the Dad Joke of the Day. Here we go. All right, I was at a Japanese garden. I was looking at the fish pond, the koi pond they have there. You know, those little orange fish swimming around. And the man that was there alongside looking at the same thing, he pointed out, he said, there's an A koi, there's a B koi, he said, and C. But don't be fooled by that last one, he said. And I said, why not? He said, because that's the decoy. There you go. Dad Joke of the Day. Mondays through Fridays right here on the Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. Well, if you're like me and you like to eat at food trucks, they're prowling out there, but you have to find a food truck. Now there's an app for it. It's called Roaming Hunger. It's a food truck finder. Roaming Hunger. Okay? Tells you where there's a food truck located, what kind of food they're serving, what kind of review it's getting, when the truck is moving, and everything else. Roaming Hunger. It's free, and it will find a food truck. Sometimes you're in the mood for ice cream. There's the ice cream truck. My food finder found the ice cream truck. There you go. Roaming Hunger. It's getting great reviews right here in this molten magma every day. Rick Dees and the planet of the apps.
Yes, sir, Rick Dees. Planet of the apps, Mondays through Fridays right here on the Joe Show at this time. Leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight, where in the spotlight this morning, we once again have Jeff Allen in the spotlight. Jeff Allen talking about his son marrying a hippie. Jeff Allen, Country Comic Spotlight area.
Had issues with the diet in our house. My son married a Minnesota hippie girl, and she's a full-blown hippie. Our grandchildren, every time we go visit, they're running around the yard in their underwear eating dirt. That's about it. Tammy always looks at me and goes, we did buy them clothing, right? We do. They have clothes. You know, nope. They're free, baby. Watch them go. She sends our granddaughter, last year was her first grade, sends her to school. Are you ready for this? In her lunchbox, this is what she had. Pita chips, hummus, and a hard-boiled egg. I said, congratulations, you've just guaranteed that our granddaughter will be eating alone for the next 12 years. Put a Twinkie in there, give her something to barter. This is where kids learn about capitalism. Supply, demand, you're making changes and exchange. We're not gonna trade anything for pita and hummus. Nobody's gonna look at her and go, what a freak, go sit over there by yourself. No wonder they're all socialists now. Socialism is not gonna work, I'm blowing me. COVID hit and we were out of toilet paper in 36 hours. You know that. Americans love, for whatever reason, we love toilet paper, and that's the way they should be running it. Forget about the nuances between capitalism and socialism. Just go, socialism, no toilet paper. That's it. You'll be in line for... That's why they starve their people. Socialists, they all starve them, because they got no toilet paper. Nothing in, nothing out. You know?
Jeff Allen, Country Comic Spotlight. Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Apps, and the Dad Joke of the Day leads us into the best jokes from last night's late night show, starting off with Jimmy Fallon on NBC's Tonight Show, joking about Subway's new holiday sandwiches.
Well, switching gears, Subway just released new holiday sandwiches, including a turhamkin, which is a combo of turkey, ham, and chicken. Yeah, the turhamkin features 3 types of meat, just like their tuna.
Jimmy also joking about Elon Musk endorsing Andrew Cuomo in his losing bid for New York City mayor.
Right before the election, Elon Musk endorsed Andrew Cuomo for mayor. or as Cuomo put it, not helping. Meanwhile, President Trump also endorsed Andrew Cuomo, and Cuomo's like, okay, that's enough endorsements, okay?
Yeah.
We have Charles Manson on the phone? No more endorsements.
I wondered how he felt about that, considering, like, New York as a whole ain't going to go for what Trump wants. Right? Like, if I think of two states who want the opposite of what Donald Trump wants, California's one, New York's the other. And I know this is not the state of New York. This is the city electing a mayor. But still, like, you'd think that the biggest city in the nation would follow suit with what the state basically feels. So I wondered how Andrew Cuomo felt about it. Will y'all stop endorsing me? Stop it. Seth Meyers joked last night on Late Night about President Trump threatening the country of Nigeria.
After President Trump posted on Truth Social over the weekend that the Defense Department must prepare for possible action in Nigeria, Secretary Pete Hegseth replied to Trump's post and said, quote, "Yes, sir." Gross. You guys are like those couples who wish each other happy anniversary on Facebook. It's like, don't you live together? Why are you dragging us into it?
Seth Meyers also joking about New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani's wife. Here's Seth Meyers joking about that.
CNN has published a profile on New York City Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani's wife. So bad news, lady. He's married. And even worse news, Cuomo isn't.
So this at Sunrise, Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, Rick Dees, and the Planet of the Apps, the dad joke of the day as well, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show at this time on WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports, 6:58. We're back in 90 seconds as we end this 6 o'clock in the morning hour, talking high school football coming up next on The Joe Show with Coach Haddix at 7:10.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Rise and shine, champions. Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Hey, 7 o'clock in the morning, top hour news coming your way next here on The Joe Show, WHIR, Danville News Talk Sports. HometownLive.net. We're talking Coach Haddix, 710, Stonebreaker, 720.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Taylor. Democrats are taking a victory lap in Tuesday night's key elections. Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani in New York will be the next mayor. More from Scott Pringle.
A fired-up Mamdani thanked his family and his supporters, saying New York has delivered a mandate for change and a new kind of politics.
We turn the page on a politics that abandons the many and answers only to the few.
Mamdani hammered home his promises of free buses, universal child care, and a freeze on rent.
We will cut waste from a bloated bureaucracy.
His message to President Trump:
to get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us.
Scott Pringle, New York.
Democrat Abigail Spanberger won the Virginia governor's race, and Democrat Mikey Sherrill won the governor's race in New Jersey. In California, Proposition 50 passed by a wide margin. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass thinks voters sent a message to President Trump.
What is really important in our country is that we have a check and a balance on this White House. And the only way to do that is for Democrats to take back the House of Representatives.
The passage of Prop 50 means a new map of California's congressional districts will be used in next year's midterm election. The federal government shutdown is now the longest in U.S. history. Tammy Trujillo has the latest.
36 days in, some senators are hopeful it could end this week. Bipartisan talks have been taking place between lawmakers, and the optimism seems to be growing. Democrats are holding firm on demands to save health care subsidies that keep insurance premiums down for millions, while Republicans have refused to negotiate until the government is reopened. Republican Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullins said that some Democrats may be willing to vote for a short-term GOP bill that would open the government through November 21st.
The Mega Millions jackpot is now up to $843 million for the next drawing on Friday. Ahead of that is the Powerball drawing tonight, with a grand prize at an estimated $438 million. You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
Make this Christmas unforgettable with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. A fusion of rock and classical with a heartwarming Christmas tale. December 10th, Rupp Arena. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
Kentucky's farmers are the heart of our communities, and now their health is front and center. The Heiser Hearing Institute's Kentucky Hears program is proud to partner with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture's Raising Hope initiative, bringing mobile hearing clinics and vital health resources directly to rural communities. Together, we're breaking down barriers to care, because every Kentuckian deserves to be heard, and every farmer deserves hope. Learn more at kyhears.
U.S. Senator Alex Padilla says he will not run for California governor in 2026, putting an end to speculation about his candidacy. He made the announcement Tuesday on Capitol Hill.
I choose not just to stay in the Senate, I choose to stay in this fight because the Constitution is worth fighting for. Our fundamental rights are worth fighting for.
Padilla's announcement narrows the field in what is expected to be a competitive election and opens the race for other Democratic candidates aiming for the top two spots in the June 2nd, 2026 primary. Republicans haven't held a statewide office in California since Arnold Schwarzenegger left in 2011. A major study out of Sweden shows that some hormonal contraceptives are linked to a slightly higher risk of breast cancer. Sarah Lee Kessler has details.
It involved 2 million women and teenagers ages 13 to 49 and is the largest study of its kind. Researchers at Uppsala University found that some progestins, particularly desogestrel, pose an elevated breast cancer risk, but the study's lead author says she does not encourage women to stop using hormonal contraceptives. She says they provide important health benefits, which include relief of menstrual pain and heavy bleeding, as well as lowering the risk of ovarian and endometrial cancer. She's advising women to consult their doctors.
Tesla's annual shareholder meeting is tomorrow, and a major vote is already making headlines before it's even happened. The fate of CEO Elon Musk's $1 trillion performance-based compensation package, as well as his continuing control of the company, hangs in the balance, with the tech billionaire having hinted that he might leave Tesla if his pay deal is blocked. Yesterday, Norway's sovereign wealth fund, a major Tesla investor, said to expect a no vote from it. Soccer legend David Beckham is now a British knight. The 50-year-old former England captain received knighthood at Windsor Castle Tuesday for his services to sports and charity after he was named on King Charles's birthday honors list earlier this year. Lisa Taylor, NBC News Radio.
Hey there, it's your radio again, just checking in. Today, why don't you and I do some radio magic? First, I want you to pick a number 1 to 10. Now, don't tell me. All right, I want you to double that number and say add 6 to your total number. Now, take that whole total, divide it in half. Then I want you to subtract your original number from the total. And the envelope, please. The answer is 3. And if you run a business, here are 3 reasons you should consider radio to grow your business. Number 1, radio reaches your potential customers everywhere, at home, at work, at play, in the car. No other media can say that. Number 2, radio has the best value for your advertising dollar. It's got the best ROI on any other media. And 3, if you want to reach new customers or encourage repeat business, with radio you can target your customers. It's able to reach the right people at the right time with the right message at the right cost. It's like magic. Radio delivers results.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It's the 5th day of November. It's a day where we get sunshine. 68 degrees is a high. Forecast comes your way. News comes up here right now, brought to you by Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
Hi, I'm Fred Sizemore, and at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, our award-winning service department is here to keep you moving with world-class customer care. We're proud to serve not only our friends and neighbors, but also the vehicles that keep our community safe, from police and EMS to fire departments. With free pickup and delivery, plus a convenient shuttle service, we make it easy to keep your car or truck in top shape.
We make it easy. We make it easy. We make it easy.
At Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, service isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The Boyle County Fiscal Court may hold a public community forum to address a recent topic that's since caused some controversy. At their last fiscal court meeting, the Boyle Fiscal Court spent time discussing a Planning and Zoning Commission vote that would raise the county's minimum residential lot size from 1 acre to 5 acres, a move that Magistrate Tom Ellis said would make it significantly more difficult for a family to buy land to build a home on, with the cost of 1 acre of land around $30,000, making the minimum 5 acres means to build a home in Boyle, around $150,000 would be needed just for the land, and that's before building the house. There's also the thought, however, that raising the minimum acreage would protect rural infrastructure like roads and water systems. No decision was made, and the court agreed that they needed more public input before they'd make a decision. A Boyle County group is hosting a session on climate strategies. The Women's Network of Boyle County, in conjunction with Resilient Boyle, is hosting the public meeting next Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. It'll be led by Dan Noled from Inroads and a member of the Resilient Boyle group. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Again, it's Tuesday, November the 11th at 7 o'clock at Intercounty Energy's Community Room. The city of Danville is bringing the traveling Vietnam War Veterans Memorial Wall to Danville next year. The city announced that they had come to an agreement with the traveling Vietnam Wall to come to Boyle County as a part of the 250th celebration for Boyle County in the 4th of July military festivities next year. The dates of the wall being in Danville will be July 3rd and 4th of 2026. And one of the biggest events to honor veterans in the state will happen this Friday. Heritage Hospice's 15th annual Veterans Appreciation Luncheon will take place Friday at the Danville National Guard Armory. The free event honors veterans from Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties and includes a lunch and door prizes. Those who come are invited to park at the Danville Stadium, where they can be shuttled up to the Danville National Guard Armory for the event. Again, that's this Friday from 11 until 2 at the Danville National Guard Armory. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WIMAX.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's Lee's Famous Recipes 3-Piece Special Day. You get 3 pieces of famous or crispy chicken or famous strips, your choice of 2 sides, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just $8.26 tax included. A savings of almost $2. Catch the Danville Special, a piece of their famous fish, chicken strip, a side of your choice, and buttermilk biscuit for one low price. Lee's caters at 859-236-8777. The best value every Wednesday is a 3-piece chicken dinner for only $8.26. Lee's Famous Recipe in Danville on South 4th.
What is it that makes parents continue to choose Danville Christian Academy for their kids' education?
Hi, my name is Amy. What I love most about DCA is that my children can go to school and worship God each and every single day.
Hello, my name is Jenna, and what I love most about DCA is that my kids are learning their true identity in Christ.
Hi, my name is Brittany, and I love DCA because my kids get a quality education that is Christ-centered.
You can find out firsthand why parents are choosing Danville Christian Academy. Enrolling now for preschool through 12th
12th grade.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's coming your way courtesy of our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Calling Mark or Chris for a free quote, 859-236-6686. All right, sunshine, a high of 68, low tonight 35. Sunshine and 60 is the high tomorrow. And on Friday, rain shower chances and a high of 67 for Football Friday. 7:11 in the morning right now. It's 51 degrees. It is Rebel football time with Boyle County Rebel head football coach Justin Haddix. We talk with Coach Haddix every Monday through Friday morning during the season at 7:10 as we break down the upcoming game, which this week is a Thursday night game versus Whitley County. And it's brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
And we welcome onto the show Boyle County Rebel head football coach Justin Haddix. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Coach. It's a breakfast Wednesday for you, right? You're heading over to your grandma's house for breakfast?
Yes, we are. I got them all. I got one little man. He's not feeling good, so he's under the weather. He's missing, but I got JC and Jenna with me.
There you go. Happy to have you, Coach, talking Rebel football. It is a Thursday night game this week, and you've got Whitley County coming up tomorrow night. We talked about their offense a little bit yesterday. Coach, defensively, they've certainly had their struggles as well. They've given up 6 touchdowns or more, and it looks like 7 of their 10 games this year. What do you expect to see out of this Whitley County defense?
Just knowing I know some of their coaches and their assistant coaches, what they do, they're going to try to have a plan. They are an odd front looking at, but injuries have kind of eaten them up a little bit, and obviously they're down some of their top guys and what they started with and where they are now. So we just, a lot of times, and I say this every week, not just this week, we don't really worry about what the other team does. We worry about how we play and how we do things, and we got to stick to our rules and how we block things, how we execute, and that we're focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, Thursday night game this week, Coach, so practice schedule kind of pushed up one day this week. What did you all work on in practice yesterday?
Yesterday was our offensive day, so we all pushed it up a day, but it feels like it's flying by.
Yeah.
I know it feels like the season. It feels like the other day we just had our first talk of kind of going about who we were going to play against Bullitt East, so it definitely flies by. We just got to continue to get better. I think we can. We're showing some signs of that in practice, and I like the guys' attitude of where they at, or you know, the want to work, and it's not pulling teeth to get them to practice. Still, they still want to be there. They want to be around. They enjoy being there, which is important.
Coach, Thursday night football has become a big thing in the NFL, but we've heard a lot of players and coaches say they don't really like playing on Thursday nights. How do you feel about playing on Thursday nights?
Well, I'll tell you on Friday morning.
That's a good point, right? Yeah, it depends on what the score is.
Friday morning, how we like it. I'll be able to tell you there. So, sometimes you wish the game would hurry up. You're looking at it in the season like the game's never going to get here. But then also as a coach, you're like, did I cover enough? Did we make sure and go over this enough? Did we do this? So you're always looking at how you can get better. And, I'm not playing. The kids are playing. We got to make sure they're ready.
Yeah.
Is the main thing.
You talk about it flying by. It's hard to believe, Coach. I mean, it's already Wednesday. You are playing a game tomorrow night.
Yes. So. We're playing a game tomorrow night, and we've got a bunch of reps in. Our guys the pace of practice is obviously improved and where it's need to be now, so we can we're actually maybe getting practice done a little bit quicker because of that, of working together and everybody being on the same page.
Coach, I know you typically, I think, have team meals on Thursday nights. Do you push that up a day and have it Wednesday night this week?
Yeah, we got them tonight. We try to do it. We'll have them tonight at my house. The skill guys and the linemen or got somebody going to come feed them at school. So it'll be it'll be good to have them at. And those are always times we enjoy. People talk about, things maybe you've done or whatever. I think that's one of the most important things we've done is having our kids over to our house, seeing them being dads, seeing our kids around, seeing our family being around. It's more than just football. I know everybody talks about football and they do that, and people say, oh, he just says that. But they got to know that you care about them, and we push them hard. We're on them hard, and I don't think there's anything better to do than eat a meal with them and show them that you love them and you care about them. And a lot of times we don't talk about football on those days. It's just life and seeing where they're at, and everything's good at home. And that's one of the most things I enjoy about it.
Yeah, Bull County head coach Justin Haddix. Coach, what do you work on in practice on this Wednesday afternoon?
We're going over all of our pregame, so it's all the situations. We add situations. You never know when you're going to have to have some certain things. It may be the free kick. It may be different onside kicks. Recovering onside kicks. Teams may show up with something. A lot of times what we talk about on the kick return, if somebody's onside kicking and it's right near the sideline, maybe some rules people didn't know, you don't have to, the ball's bouncing crazy and you have to try to get on it, and it's knuckleballing. Just knock it out of bounds. If you knock it out of bounds, we get the ball right there.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to catch it and fumbling and getting hit, if it's coming hard next to the sideline, instead of trying to catch it, just knock it out, and we get the ball right there where it is. So just working on situations that maybe you didn't know about, the punt returns, a fair catching, and then if the other team touches it and they don't pick it up, we could get it and be able to run with it. Different situations that maybe you didn't know or understand just by watching the game. That's what we try to hit today.
Yeah, so did you say if someone tries to fair catch a punt and they don't catch it, that's a live ball?
So if they say that they try to catch the punt and the ball bounces, they don't catch it, then they just touch it, and they don't pick it up, we could grab that ball and take off running with it. Right now, a lot of times in high school, they're going to just kneel it dead as soon as that other team touches it. But actually, we could get, if they touch the ball, we could to kneel it but don't pick it up, we could grab it and take off running with it.
Okay.
And if we fumbled, we would still get the ball back.
Okay. Yeah, there's always a little.
So it's kind of a funky rule if you don't know about it to mess with. But we try to talk about those situations with our players that you never know when this comes up.
Yeah, one of those nuances of high school football that some of the rules that people may not know that differ between college and pro. One thing I always thought was interesting, Coach, when I was calling games, I assume the rule is still the same. I think one of the big differences is there's no such thing, and please correct me if I'm wrong if it's changed, there's no such thing as an uncatchable ball in high school. So like the ball could be 20 yards over the receiver's head and they could still be flagged for a pass interference if the defender interferes with the receiver because there's no such thing as an uncatchable ball. Is that still the rule?
To tell you the truth, I don't know the rule on, there's no face guarding too, but it gets called every, every Friday night, some things that goes. So who kind of knows on some of that? Really just depends on who's calling the game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
In some situations, we had a tough one the other night on 3rd and 13. I can't, we got a sack. It's called defensive holding. I still can't find it, but those are, you're not going to get every call. You're not going to get, it's not going to break your way, and I think that's football and life. You can't sit and cry about it. There's nothing you can do about it. You just got to pull your shoes up tight and get ready to go for the next one and get another stop. And that's football.
Bull County head coach Justin Haddix. Coach, we appreciate you being on. Go enjoy your breakfast with your grandma and the nephews and grandkids and all that, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Hey, thank you. Go Rebels.
There you go. It's Bull County head coach Justin Haddix. Rebels and Whitley County. Excuse me, the Whitley County Colonels. Really good baseball program down there at Whitley County. Actually, this would have been 2022, I believe. Went down there and called a game when Danville played Whitley County. He got great facilities at Whitley County. Of course, Jeremy Shope is the head baseball coach there. Coach Shope was a longtime great coach at Mercer County. Won a state championship at Whitley County, I think 2 or 3 years ago as the baseball coach. So they got some great facilities down there. Football team obviously struggling this year. They'll come to Boyle County tomorrow night. That is a 7 o'clock kickoff. And a game we'll have on Z105. Danville Admiral head football coach Steve Stonebreaker joins the show. Coming up next.
This is Jack Mathis. I love sports, and this is a sports update with the Big Daddy, Steve Boatram. Brought to you by Stuart Powell Mazda.
Hi, I'm Fred Sizemore, and at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, we're more than a dealership. We're your hometown friend for all of your vehicle needs. For over 75 years, we've been proud to serve this community with honesty, integrity, and a team of people who truly care. Whether you're buying your first car, keeping your family vehicle running smoothly, or finding the perfect truck, we make it easy.
We make it easy.
We make it easy. We make it easy to do business with us.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Ninth-ranked Kentucky opened the 25-26 season last night with a 77-51 win over Nichols in Rupp Arena. But the first half was just ugly as neither team could find the basket. Still, UK was up 28-15 at the half. The Cats finally got moving when Denzel Aberdeen took over at point guard. They just seemed to start flowing offensively. Head coach Mark Pope was most pleased with his defense all night long. Aberdeen was one of 4 UK players in double figures as he finished with 10 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Colin Chandler hit 4 of 7 from three-point land to lead Kentucky with 15, while Otega Owe added 13, and Jasper Johnson had 11. UK's back in action Friday night when they host Valparaiso in the BBN United Tip-Off Classic. Point guard Jalen Lowe remains sidelined with a shoulder injury, and 6'10 Jaden Quainich is still rehabbing his ACL tear. Guard Trent Noah went down in the first half when he rolled his ankle. Hometown Radio has 4 high school first-round football playoff games this week, 2 tomorrow night and 2 more Friday night. In Class 2A, Danville has moved its game, hosting Greene County to Thursday night at 7:30 on WHIR. In Class 4A, Boyle County entertains Whitley County at 7 on Z105. Friday night features a pair of 3A games as Garrett County hosts DeSales at 7:30 on Z105, while Mercer County visits Christian Academy of Louisville at 7:30 on WHBN. All 4 games stream live worldwide at hometownlive.net. Kentucky looks for its second SEC win in a row Saturday night when Florida comes to town. The Gators are favored by 3 points. Kickoffs at 7:30 on Z105. The first college football playoff rankings are dominated by the Big Ten and the SEC. Ohio State and Indiana are 1-2, while Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia round out the top 5 teams. Louisville is 15th. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Big deals. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hi. Jenny here. Just counting all the dollars I saved at my local Big Deals online store. What? You haven't saved yet? Get on it. You'll love the great selection of gift certificates at discount prices. They make great gifts, too. And you can shop right from your phone. Nothing satisfies like counting all those savings. Now let me get back to it. 6, 7, 8.
Go to hometownlive.net to shop and save at the Big Deals online store. You can also find links to download the free Big Deals Media app for your phone. Works on Apple and Android cells. Shop quickly and access all your mobile Big Deal certificates easily for redemption. You can also easily send a mobile certificate to someone else to use via email. Check it out and join the thousands that save with Big Deal certificates to local businesses.
Shop and save with Big Deals at hometownlive.net. That's hometownlive.net.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, branch manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, Loan subject to credit approval.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Riley Joe, brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabs. Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company. Fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine and 70 is a high, 35 is the low. Sunshine 60 tomorrow. On Friday, rain shower chances and a high of 67. Right now, it's 7:26 in the morning. It's 52 degrees on this 5th day of November, and we're so happy you're on the show, and we're happy to talk Danville football with Coach Steve Stonebreaker.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
And we welcome onto the show the head coach of the Danville Admirals, Steve Stonebreaker. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
That's a good morning, Joe.
Yeah, appreciate you being on here, Coach. And suddenly, y'all got a game tomorrow. So let's talk about that, Coach. There was, obviously, the plan was to play the game Friday, and then the forecast just doesn't look real promising on Friday. So you and Greene County had to come to a decision to move the game up to Thursday to ensure you get the game in, don't have to deal with lightning, thunder, and things like that, Coach. Tell us how that conversation went for you all in Greene County yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I think both schools were in agreement. Why mess around with that if you don't have to? The possibility of lightning Friday night. Neither one of us, I don't think there's anybody in the state that wants to play a playoff game on a Saturday. We just decided, hey, we're going to go ahead and move it up 24 hours, and let's get the game in Thursday night. We're going to have clear skies. We're not going to be standing out in rain and all this kind of mess. So just good for everybody.
Now, the KHSAA does, if I'm not mistaken, they do ask in this first round for some games to be played on Thursday. Is that correct?
They prefer it. So if you want 7 officials for the first round because there's so many games, you have to initially petition to play on Thursday or Saturday to get 7 officials. So that's really that's one of the big things. But they like games to be played on Thursday or Saturday. Just for officiating in general to make sure they have enough crews to cover and that kind of thing. So just because of the weather, I think it's naturally going to work itself out this year.
Yes, yeah, good stuff. So, Coach, you got Greene County, and you got them tomorrow night now. 7:30 is the kickoff. We'll have it on WHIR. We talked about the Greene County offense yesterday, a talented bunch. Coach, defensively, what do you expect to see out of the Greene County defense?
Well, they base out of an odd front. They'll be in a too-high safety look. They do a very good job on defense. Their players know exactly what their assignments are. They know where to be. They do a really good job, both in pass coverage and against the run. They're very good in spots. They've got a field side, outside linebacker, Messiah Shively, who's a very athletic young man. Darius Anderson, who we talked about yesterday, who's a junior player, is a really good defensive player for them as a defensive back. The Andrew Howe kid, I tell you what, this kid's a senior lineman. That's the real deal. He is extremely good. And they'll move him from nose guard to defensive tackle. He'll play a little bit of both. So they've got some very good football players. And, we've got our work cut out for us on the offensive side for sure.
Yeah, forced 15 turnovers in 10 games, Coach. And some of the guys we talked about on the offensive side are doing it defensively as well. We mentioned Darius Anderson yesterday, their leading receiver. He's a great defensive back, 4 interceptions this year to lead the team.
Yeah, just a tremendous athlete, like I talked about yesterday. So you have both he and the Shively kid that are, both kids that run really, really well. They get to the ball really, really well. They do a good job playing a cover 2 look with their corners squeezing the field a little bit and shortening the width of the field on you. So that they've got a lot of things that they do to give an offense trouble. So, we're going to have to do a really good job blocking those guys up and, of course, making good decisions with the football and taking care of that thing.
Do they blitz it quite a bit? 51 tackles for loss this year for them.
You know what? Most of that's their defensive linemen. Much like a lot of 3-4 teams, they don't blitz a lot. But they do blitz some. They'll use some basic fires. They'll use some cross fires. And a lot of those, too, they use a lot of edge blitzes. They do a lot of edge blitzes. So it's not their middle linebackers. It's typical 3-4 defense type of stuff. Their outside linebackers are going to edge blitz quite a bit. And a lot of those tackles for a loss are probably Messiah Shively coming off the edge because he's got so much athleticism. But a lot of the two are their defensive linemen. They do a really good job getting penetration. They rotate a lot of guys at the defensive line as well. And some of the guys that they rotate, they're nothing but gap shooters. I mean, they're really athletic kids. They've got some long bodies, and they do a good job getting through gaps and getting into the backfield. So they're not really a slant angle 3-4 type of team that's going to move laterally on the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get upfield, shooting gaps with their defensive linemen, and they do a good job creating some havoc.
Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Coach, let me ask you this. For, I guess, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and for part of the day yesterday, the assumption was the game was going to be played on Friday. So you all were going about your daily steps. The game played on Friday. Now suddenly, 36, 48 hours or so before kickoff, the game's been moved up one day to Thursday. So how do you go about now trying to squeeze the rest of the preparation in this week for the game tomorrow night when, again, for the first 3-4 days of the week, you thought it was going to be on a Friday night game?
Well, we adjusted a little bit yesterday to make sure we worked all of our kicking game there at the first of practice in one day. So we installed all that on Monday and then just make sure we reworked all of that yesterday. We'll do the same today. We'll just cut down some team periods today, and we'll add in. I told the guys leaving the field yesterday, today's going to be a mix of a Wednesday and a Thursday practice. So we're going to do some things that we typically do on Thursday as far as special situations and those kind of things. We'll add that in and sprinkle that in today. Tomorrow we're actually going to do a walkthrough before the game. So we'll get a little bit of our Thursday stuff tomorrow in the walkthrough with our kicking game script and making sure we're getting personnel on and off the field like we need to, and then going through some goal line stuff tomorrow in our walkthrough as well. So, we're going to mix and match over the course of the next 2 days and get it all in.
Coach, do you still have the team meal this week? Has that been pushed up to Wednesday night now?
Well, we're not going to do that on Wednesday night. We've got a good sized church crowd, so I like to get those guys out on Wednesdays to be able to attend church like they need to. That's something that's very important to me and very important to a lot of our players. So we let those guys have that evening to be with family and go worship like they want to.
There you go, Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Coach, we appreciate you being on. Looking forward to talking to you tomorrow morning on a Thursday game night, okay?
Absolutely. Let's go, Ads.
There you go. That's Danville head coach Steve Stonebreaker. Admirals 8-2. Looking to go to 9-2 with a win over Greene County tomorrow night. We'll have the game. Gunnar Floyd has the play-by-play call. Tim Holland by his side right here on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. 859-238 WHIR. Who's ready for a little Thursday night football? We'll have it on the Hometown Radio Network. 7:34 in the morning. Local news coming your way next.
Danville's deal maker, Bob Allen.
Bob Allen Motor Mall is your heavy-duty truck headquarters. Shop and save on over 50 new 25 GMC heavy-duty 25 and 3500s. Four-wheel drives. Now Bob Allen priced as low as $47,998. Stock $25,519. Bob Allen GMC, located on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at boballenmotormall.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Discover the power of radio. If you're a business owner looking to grow, you should know that radio sells with intimacy. When you have something important to communicate, which would you prefer? To show them a picture? To write to them? Or would you talk to them using the emotion of the human voice? Radio sells with intimacy. Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The Boyle County Fiscal Court may hold a public community forum to address a recent topic that's since caused some controversy. At their last fiscal court meeting, the Boyle Fiscal Court spent time discussing a Planning and Zoning Commission vote that would raise the county's minimum residential lot size from 1 acre to 5 acres, a move that Magistrate Tom Ellis said would make it significantly more difficult for a family to buy land to build a home on, with the cost of 1 acre of land around $30,000, making the minimum 5 acres means to build a home in Boyle, around $150,000 would be needed just for the land, and that's before building the house. There's also the thought, however, that raising the minimum acreage would protect rural infrastructure like roads and water systems. No decision was made, and the court agreed that they needed more public input before they'd make a decision. A Boyle County group is hosting a session on climate strategies. The Women's Network of Boyle County, in conjunction with Resilient Boyle, is hosting the public meeting next Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. It'll be led by Dan Noled from Inroads and a member of the Resilient Boyle group. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Again, it's Tuesday, November the 11th at 7 o'clock at Intercounty Energy's Community Room. The city of Danville is bringing the traveling Vietnam War Veterans Memorial Wall to Danville next year. The city announced that they had come to an agreement with the traveling Vietnam Wall to come to Boyle County as a part of the 250th celebration for Boyle County and the 4th of July military festivities next year. The dates of the wall being in Danville will be July 3rd and 4th of 2026. And one of the biggest events to honor veterans in the state will happen this Friday. Heritage Hospice's 15th annual Veterans Appreciation Luncheon will take place Friday at the Danville National Guard Armory. The free event honors veterans from Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties and includes a lunch and door prizes. Those who come are invited to park at the Danville Stadium, where they can be shuttled up to the Danville National Guard Armory for the event. Again, that's this Friday from 11 until 2 at the Danville National Guard Armory. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by
Rayleigh Joe, thanks for that. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Little Sign Shop. Our new owners and operators offering all types of quality signs at affordable prices. Many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391. Sunshine 68 and 35 is the high and low. Sunshine and 60 tomorrow. Rain showers are possible and a high of 67 on, well, it's still kind of football Friday, but not for us at Danville and Boyle County. We've got football games Thursday night. Right now, it's 7:40 in the morning. It's 50 degrees, Wednesday, the 5th day of November, and we're talking with Caitlin Farley from the Boyle County Extension Office. Good morning, Caitlin. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Appreciate you calling in this morning. The County Agent's Corner is coming your way. Brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's need. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
And here's Caitlin Farley.
Hey, good morning, and welcome to the County Agents Corner. That's brought to you by the Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln County UK Cooperative Extension Offices. I'm Caitlin Farley, UK Horticulture Extension Agent for Boyle County. Fall is the most beautiful season of the year, as tree leaves change colors to bright oranges, vibrant reds, and eye-popping yellows. Trees that change color in the fall are deciduous trees. They go dormant in the winter to protect the tree from freezing temperatures and will generate new leaves in the spring. 3 factors cause the tree leaves to change color at this time of the year: length of night, leaf pigments, and weather. Length of night is the only consistent of the 3. Following the summer solstice in June, the daylight shortens in the northern hemisphere and nights become longer. It is the increasing length of the night that triggers certain reactions in the tree and leaves. Chlorophyll, which produces the green color in the leaves, and carbanoids, which gives us the orange, yellows, and browns in conjunction with sunlight, are working all summer to produce food for the tree. After the solstice, night length steadily increases, causing excess plant sugars to build up. Chlorophyll production to slow down and eventually to stop in the leaves, and that is when we start to see the red, purples, yellows, and oranges. As time passes, a cell layer between the leaf petiole where it connects to the stem of the tree begins to close. Once that cell layer completely closes, the leaf drops, closing off any openings into the tree and protecting it from winter freezing temperatures and harsh winds. Fall color vividness depends on temperature and moisture. Sunny, warm days and cool nights and soil moisture in the early fall produces the most color. This combination of moisture and temperature produces a vast array of color, and that's why no 2 autumns are ever alike. And that is all for your tips for today. Join us each day for this time to hear more about your County Agents Corner. This is Caitlin Farley, Boyle County Horticulture Agent for Boyle County. Thank you.
There you go. Caitlin Farley, Boyle County Extension Office. Caitlin, appreciate you being on. Before you go, some random facts that you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Caitlin, are you ready? All right, here we go.
I'm ready.
Fact number 1. 30% of Americans, that's over 75 million people, live in homeowners associations across the country. There are over 369,000 HOAs. The percentage is highest in Vermont and Florida. 46% of people live in HOAs in Vermont, 45% in Florida. The lowest, Mississippi at 3%, and West Virginia at 5% for homeowners associations. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, the Jerry Seinfeld character dated 66 different women over the course of the Seinfeld show. Obviously, all of those relationships failed for different and usually really ridiculous reasons. Did you ever watch Seinfeld?
My dad did, so
Yes.
then I did too as well.
Yes, 66 different women he dated. All of those failed relationships. Number 3, 46 of the 50 states have at least one town or city named Riverside. That is the most common town name in the country. The second most common town name, Caitlin, is Springfield, which we obviously have one close by. Springfield, at least 1 in 34 different states for Springfield. Mhm. Number 4, the medical term for a unibrow is called synophris. I'm not sure why we needed a medical term for that. I'm going to just call it unibrow. What's the point of having a medical term for unibrow? We've already got a word for it, synophris. And then number 5, Caitlin, Barry Manilow. You know who Barry Manilow is?
I do not.
He's a singer. He wrote the jingle for the State Farm insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. He also wrote the jingle for Band-Aid. I'm stuck on Band-Aid brand 'cause Band-Aid stuck on me. That was also a Barry Manilow jingle. Some of his other songs, I Write the Songs and Mandy are 2 of his famous ones. This one is I Write the Songs by Barry Manilow, leading us to the commercial break. Caitlin, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again Thursday morning, okay?
Sounds great. Thank
All right,
you.
bye. Caitlin Farley with the County Agents Corner.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's Lee's Famous Recipes 3-piece special day. You get 3 pieces of famous or crispy chicken or famous strips, your choice of 2 sides, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just $8.26 tax included. A savings of almost $2. Catch the Danville special, a piece of their famous fish, chicken strip, a side of your choice, and buttermilk biscuit for one low price. Lee's caters at 859-236-8777. The best value every Wednesday is a 3-piece chicken dinner for only $8.26. Lee's Famous Recipe in Danville on South 4th.
Saturday night.
Finish on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Some rowdy reptiles are coming to town, and the Cats are looking for some new luggage.
Hit the backfield and he's sacked.
Florida Gators and your Kentucky Wildcats.
The pregame show starts this Saturday evening at 5:30 with kickoff at 7:30.
It's all right here on your home for the Cats and the hits is WRNZ FM Z105.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. 9th-ranked Kentucky opened the 25-26 season last night with a 77-51 win over Nichols in Rupp Arena. But the first half was just ugly as neither team could find the basket. Still, UK was up 28-15 at the half. The Cats finally got moving when Denzel Aberdeen took over at point guard. They just seemed to start flowing offensively. Head coach Mark Pope was most pleased with his defense all night long. Aberdeen was one of 4 UK players in double figures as he finished with 10 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Colin Chandler hit 4 of 7 from three-point land to lead Kentucky with 15, while Otega Owe added 13, and Jasper Johnson had 11. UK's back in action Friday night when they host Valparaiso in the BBN United Tip-Off Classic. Point guard Jalen Lowe remains sidelined with a shoulder injury, and 6'10" Jaden Quainich is still rehabbing his ACL tear. Guard Trent Noah went down in the first half when he rolled his ankle. Hometown Radio has 4 high school first-round football playoff games this week, 2 tomorrow night and 2 more Friday night. In Class 2A, Danville has moved its game, hosting Greene County the Thursday night at 7:30 on WHIR. In Class 4A, Boyle County entertains Whitley County at 7 on Z105. Friday night features a pair of 3A games as Garrett County hosts DeSales at 7:30 on Z105, while Mercer County visits Christian Academy of Louisville at 7:30 on WHBN. All 4 games stream live worldwide at hometownlive.net. Kentucky looks for its second SEC win in a row Saturday night when Florida comes to town. The Gators are favored by 3 points. Kickoffs at 7:30 on Z105. The first college football playoff rankings are dominated by the Big Ten and the SEC. Ohio State and Indiana are 1-2, while Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia round out the top 5 teams. Louisville is 15th. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
The guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. Join us for our annual Customer Appreciation Days extravaganza. Friday, November 7th and Saturday, November 8th, we will have 20% off store-wide. Food, samples, and free gift basket giveaways. At the Danville Nutrition Center, we value our customers and want to celebrate you. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center. Big enough to serve, small enough to care. See ya Friday, November 7th and Saturday, November 8th.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Well, thank you there, Rayleigh Jofus. It's coming your way courtesy of our friends over at the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts, up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals online store is at hometownlive.net. Sunshine, 68 and 35 is the high and low. Sunshine and 60 tomorrow. Sunshine, 67. Rain showers. I'm sorry, not sunshine. Showers on Friday. Getting in my sunshine groove here. Rain showers on Friday. Saturday be a good day. Sunshine, 64 and 40. Big game Saturday, Kentucky and Florida, actually. I had a friend text me, said, hey, I want to go to the game Saturday, and his son did too. Do you and Jack want to go to the game? So yesterday, we were at Rupp Arena watching UK. And I'm like, Jack, Saturday, do you want to go to the UK-Florida football game? Yes. All right, well, we'll go then. So and then it popped up on the big screen, and Jack said, look, Dad, there's the game that we're going to, UK and Florida. So we're excited about that. 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. Also excited, Sunday at EKU Center for the Arts, coming to do a concert there is one of me and Rebecca's favorite bands. It's a band called Watch House. And Dusty was the one who introduced me to Watch House, though Rebecca tried to introduce me to Watch House even before Dusty did, but it didn't, I wasn't paying attention to her, I guess. Does that shock anyone? So I didn't listen to what Rebecca said, but then Dusty played them one time during the Kentucky Music Preview years ago, and I've loved them ever since. And Watch House is coming to do a concert at EKU Center for the Arts. Rebecca and myself are going. It's also Rebecca's birthday on Sunday. So it's like, hey, one of our favorite groups is coming on your birthday, Rebecca. Look what I've done, and I've gotten us tickets. So you can get your tickets now to see Watch House at EKU Center for the Arts on Sunday. It's a 6 o'clock concert there at EKU Center for the Arts. There's a little Watch House for you. This is a song called Rituals off their most recent album. This is the Rituals tour that they're on, coming to EKU on Sunday.
If you get to know me from my photographs.
There you go. If you've heard of a band or a group called Mandolin Orange, that's who Watch House is. They just changed their name to Watch House back about 4 or 5 years ago. So should be a fun concert there on Sunday. We are busy. Let's take a breath. Let's relax. Let's see what our celebrity friends are up to out west in Hollywood, the showbiz segment. And here we go. What's going on out west with Hollywood? Here we go. Celebrity news. Those people so rich and famous, they are disassociated with reality. Good rule of thumb, if celebrity does it, says it, or thinks it, you should do, say, and think the opposite. Here we go. The showbiz segment. All right, Sydney Sweeney finally has broken her silence on the American Eagle jeans ad. She told GQ, quote, I did a jean ad. I mean, the reaction definitely was a surprise. I agree with her. I totally agree. The reaction was a surprise. But I love jeans, she said, and I wear jeans. I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt every day of my life. Sydney said it was surreal to have President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance comment on her blue jean ad. But overall, she didn't really consume herself with what people had to say about it. Quote, I kind of just put my phone away. I was filming every day. I'm filming Euphoria, so I'm working 16-hour days, and I don't really bring my phone on set. So I work, and then I go home, and I go to sleep. I didn't really see a lot of it. Elsewhere in the interview, she had a quote, I've always believed that I'm not here to tell people what to think. I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear. I know who I am. I know what I value. I know that I'm a kind person. I know that I love a lot, and I know that I'm just excited to see what happens next. And I don't really let other people define who I am. That's a pretty good answer. All right, Fox has a new celebrity game show in the works called Nation's Dumbest. It comes with a twist. The losers are the winners. Celebrities will compete to get kicked off as quickly as possible so they aren't crowned the nation's dumbest celebrity. Fox says the show, quote, flips the genre on its head because for the first time, the goal isn't to win, it's actually to get eliminated. You don't want to be dumb. The show's contestants will include a mix of all types of, quote, celebrities like influencers, comedians, and even politicians. They will be put to the test with both physical and mental challenges about things everyone should know. It's actually already a popular Scandinavian series, so this will be the U.S. version. There's no word yet when it'll come out or who will be competing. And the Renaissance is so back. Brendan Fraser is in talks to return as Rick O'Connell for another Mummy movie, along with Rachel Weisz as his wife Evelyn. There aren't many details yet. A source says this is not a reboot and is a sequel that would disregard the third movie, The Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Rachel did not return for that one, and her character was played by Maria Bello. There's no word if any other actors are returning to the franchise. Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz are in talks to return for a Mummy sequel. A new show will have celebrities compete to be crowned the nation's dumbest. And Sydney Sweeney broke her silence on her American Eagle jeans ad. She said, I know I'm a nice person, so why do I care what other people think about me? There you go, the world of weird celebrity news, the showbiz segment. Hey, let's go to Melton's Deli in Danville, the place to go for lunch a little bit later on this afternoon as we go into Melton's and grab ourselves a Reuben sandwich. It's number 7 on the Melton's menu, thinly sliced corned beef, chopped kraut, melted Swiss cheese, and Thousand Island dressing served on toasted rye bread. The Reuben or the double Reuben if you want double the meat. You can also substitute the corned beef if you don't like that for turkey. And that's called a Rachel. Number 7 on the Melton's Deli menu. Tell them you heard him this morning on The Joe Show. 247 East Main and 995 Ben Allied Drive in Danville. Tell them you heard him right here on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. The Reuben is your sandwich of the day. 859-238-9447 is the number to call in. 238-WHIR on this Wednesday morning, November the 5th. 50 degrees as you're getting set for a day where highs near 70. Enjoy this kind of burst of spring in here. We're back after this on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville. There's more Watch House for you.
Oh man, give me endless time. Never let these ties sever.
Is your driveway ready for Old Man Winter? You depend on your driveway, especially in the winter months, to get in and out of your home. Mercer Stone specializes in quality stone for your driveway. Mercer Stone's special this month is Ditz Grade or Crushed Stone, $1 off per ton. That's right, $1 off per ton. Mercer Stone is a supplier of all types of stone. Call them or visit them on Bergen Road in Harrodsburg. Don't forget, Mercer Stone special for the month, $1 off per ton, quality Ditz Grade or Crushed Stone. At Mercer Stone, we will rock you.
There's nothing like Friday nights in Central Kentucky. It's high school football season, and we get your Friday night started off with a Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. It's Central Kentucky's only pregame show. We'll talk about this Friday night's games. We have the Danville Office Equipment High School Fantasy Football Draft, and we have a blast on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show, kicking off Friday nights at 6 o'clock on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and HometownLive.net.
Hi, this is Jasmine Walters Hubbard, Director of Sales at the Hampton Inn, Holiday Inn Express and Suites, and the coming soon Home 2 Suites, expected to open spring 2026 in Danville. The three sister hotels, managed by MKP Management in Lexington, means triple the rooms to host your guest and triple the meeting space to host a meeting or seminar. Rates are always negotiable, so give me a call at 859-516-4720. You can also find us on Facebook. I look forward to talking soon.
Time out for sports this weekend with
VSiN Sports Shows
on WHIR AM 1230.
Jump! Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning's coming up. We've got State Senator Amanda Mays Bledsoe, and we'll have her at 8:10 this morning talking about what's going on in Frankfort right after this top hour news break.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Taylor. Democrats came out on top in Tuesday night's key elections. Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani will be New York's next mayor.
I will wake each morning with a singular purpose: to make this city better for you than it was the day before.
Mamdani's victory comes after President Trump warned that he may slash federal funding to the city if Mamdani won. Mamdani is set to become the first Muslim mayor of America's largest city, and at 34 years old, the youngest mayor of the Big Apple is seen in over a century. Elsewhere, Democrat Abigail Spanberger won the Virginia governor's race, while Democrat Mikey Sherrill won the governor's race in New Jersey. More from Sam Brock.
Mikey Sherrill, 56% of the vote to 43% for Jack Ciattarelli, who is a Trump-aligned or MAGA-aligned Republican who almost won 4 years ago.
California Governor Gavin Newsom spoke to reporters after Californians passed the measure redrawing congressional maps to favor Democrats. Proposition 50 was an effort fronted by Newsom that's aimed to gain more Democratic seats in Congress after Texas redrew maps to add more Republicans. President Trump says the Supreme Court tariffs case couldn't be more important for the future of the nation. The High Court will take up the case Wednesday to consider the legality of Trump's global tariffs. In a post on Truth Social, the president said, with a victory, we have tremendous but fair financial and national security. He said without the tariffs, the U.S. is virtually defenseless against other countries who have taken advantage of us for years. America's Transportation Secretary is warning that some airspaces could close if the government shutdown continues. Rory O'Neill has more.
Secretary Sean Duffy warns there will be mass chaos, including widespread flight delays and cancellations if the government shutdown continues into next week. Duffy said there simply aren't enough air traffic controllers to manage it all, as many are calling in sick rather than work with no pay. Travelers have faced flight delays and hours-long security lines as airports try to deal with staffing issues caused by the shutdown.
You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
Tough, reliable, and ready to work. You were born that way. Kubota is built that way. Our entire ag lineup, featuring versatile tractors and hay tools, powerful skid steer loaders, and the rugged Sidekick utility vehicle, is designed with the engine of a Kubota and the heart of a farmer. Visit KubotaUSA.com to find a dealer near you.
Discover experiences that truly move you. Spectacular nature and authentic bluegrass music captivate you. Legendary horses and world-renowned bourbon wow you. Visit KentuckyTourism.com to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home.
Flags at the White House are flying at half-staff following the death of former Vice President Dick Cheney. More from Mark Mayfield.
His family announced his passing Tuesday at the age of 84, saying in a statement that he died due to complications of pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. The statement went on to pay tribute to Cheney as a great and good man who taught his children and grandchildren to love our country and to live lives of courage, honor, love, kindness, and fly fishing. Cheney served as the nation's 46th vice president under George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009. In a statement, Bush said history will look upon Cheney as one of the finest public servants of his generation.
A new study shows that increasing the number of steps you take each day may help slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease among those at an increased risk. Tammy Trujillo has details.
Researchers at Mass General Brigham found that cognitive decline was delayed by an average of 3 years for people who walked just 3,000 to 5,000 steps a day. In older adults who walked 5,000 to 7,000 steps a day, the onset of Alzheimer's was delayed by 7 years. The study is published in Nature Medicine.
Changes are likely ahead for popular restaurant chains Denny's and Pizza Hut. Denny's is selling itself to a private equity firm that also owns P.F. Chang's and Yadav Enterprises in a $322 million deal. Pizza Hut may also experience changes as Yum! Brands announced it launched a formal review of strategic options for Pizza Hut, including a possible sale. A campaign aimed at giving late Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley honorary astronaut status is taking off. Organizer Catherine Suggs says in honor of his memory and his one last remaining unfilled wish, NASA should posthumously make Ace Frehley an honorary astronaut with the rank of captain. The campaign can be found on change.org. The musician came up with his spaceman persona, Space Ace, when Kiss launched in 1973 and kept the theme going after parting ways with the band. Frehley died October 16th at the age of 74. Lisa Taylor, NBC News Radio.
The guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Maybe it began with a little girl and her tin can microphone on the front porch of a log cabin in the Great Smoky Mountains. But it wouldn't be long before the crowd she dreamed of followed her home to Dollywood, where the memories we share will live in our hearts forever. Experience the incredible resorts, award-winning festivals, thrilling rides, and live shows with those you love most. Plan your trip at Dollywood.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Boyle County Fiscal Court may hold a public community forum to address a recent topic that's since caused some controversy. At their last fiscal court meeting, the Boyle Fiscal Court spent time discussing a Planning and Zoning Commission vote that would raise the county's minimum residential lot size from 1 acre to 5 acres, a move that Magistrate Tom Ellis said would make it significantly more difficult for a family to buy land to build a home on, with the cost of 1 acre of land around $30,000, making the minimum 5 acres means to build a home in Boyle, around $150,000 would be needed just for the land, and that's before building the house. There's also the thought, however, that raising the minimum acreage would protect rural infrastructure like roads and water systems. No decision was made, and the court agreed that they needed more public input before they'd make a decision. A Boyle County group is hosting a session on climate strategies. The Women's Network of Boyle County, in conjunction with Resilient Boyle, is hosting the public meeting next Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. It'll be led by Dan Noled from Inroads and a member of the Resilient Boyle group. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Again, it's Tuesday, November the 11th at 7 o'clock at Intercounty Energy's Community Room. The city of Danville is bringing the Traveling Vietnam War Veterans Memorial Wall to Danville next year. The city announced that they had come to an agreement with the Traveling Vietnam Wall to come to Boyle County as a part of the 250th celebration for Boyle County and the 4th of July military festivities next year. The dates of the wall being in Danville will be July 3rd and 4th of 2026. And one of the biggest events to honor veterans in the state will happen this Friday. Heritage Hospice's 15th annual Veterans Appreciation Luncheon will take place Friday at the Danville National Guard Armory. The free event honors veterans from Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties and includes a lunch and door prizes. Those who come are invited to park at the Danville Stadium, where they can be shuttled up to the Danville National Guard Armory for the event. Again, that's this Friday from 11 until 2 at the Danville National Guard Armory. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Ready for some holiday magic? Jory Larch at Lockbridge Park Christmas Market. Discover original gifts from local vendors, mouth-watering food trucks, a kids station, festival holiday photos, and the best part, our cozy beer garden. Special guests Sama and the Grinch will be there for free photos with all ages. Warm up by the fire pits and enjoy the holiday spirits with Hometown Radio. Lockbridge Park Christmas Market, November 22nd, starting at 10 a.m., where holiday memories begin.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Riley Joe, brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Call Mark or Chris for a free quote. 859-236-6686. Dexter And Reitmeyer Insurance. Sunshine 68 and 35 is the high and low. Tomorrow, sunshine and 60, 42 is the low. Rain showers coming in here on Football Friday. And high Friday of 67. Saturday, mostly sunny and 64. Right now, it's 8:10 in the morning. And we are joined by our state senator, Amanda Mays Bledsoe. Good morning, Senator Bledsoe. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Senator Bledsoe. Appreciate you joining us this morning and talking about what's going on there in Frankfurt. I guess before we hop into that, Senator Bledsoe, need to remember the victims of that horrific plane crash yesterday in Louisville at the Muhammad Ali International Airport. Just terrible news that came out from Louisville yesterday. I was at the UK game last night, and one of my friends texted in our group chat, said, "What's going on in Louisville? There's so much smoke. Like, did something happen?" And that was when the news broke about that plane crash there yesterday.
It was just terrible. And I actually was at the game last night as well. And on the way down, I started getting texts from my colleagues in Louisville saying, "Oh my gosh, please pray. This is getting worse." And I thought maybe there had just been a fire. You know, like there's so much that could go wrong on an airport terminal with gasoline and other things. I just thought, oh, maybe something caught on fire. Then you start looking at the pictures and to see how massive, and then, of course, videos come out. My friend Julia Rocky Adams is a senator from Louisville, where UPS is headquartered, and she said, I have a number of friends that are pilots that live in her district, in her neighborhood, and a lot of people who work for UPS, and she was, texting with her last night, knowing how hard that she did it. It reminded me of 5191 in Lexington, which, was a passenger plane, but for me, so many people knew someone on that flight, and it was just so incredibly. It brought back those memories and that loss and that grief. And goodness, it is so incredibly sad. And we're just praying for their families, and they're still battling the fire and trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. So certainly our prayers and thoughts are with them.
Yes, yeah. And, again, that news breaking yesterday. Senator Bledsoe, we're I feel like we're getting to the point where, because session is so close, just a couple months away, we're beginning to hear a lot more about bills that will be filed or have been pre-filed, and learning more about some of these. One of them that was just, I guess, presented by State Transportation Chair Jimmy Higdon in the Transportation Committee yesterday was the Phone Down Kentucky Act, a bill that would extend Kentucky's existing texting while driving ban to cover nearly all use of personal communication devices unless operated hands-free. So a lot of cars now have the Bluetooth technology. You can answer straight from the car and talk through the car while you're driving. Which, as far as I understand, would be fine. You just cannot operate under this law. You would not be able to operate any non-hands-free device while driving. Tell us what you know about this law and this proposed bill, Senator Bledsoe.
So I am not on Transportation Committee, and so I have the highlights like you saw. I was in other meetings yesterday and didn't get a chance to see or read through all of his bill yet. I don't have it. Yeah, he hasn't distributed the copy yet. So what you saw was kind of that high-level approach. This is Senator Higdon's last year in session, and he has talked about this as he says, now that I have grandkids driving and whatnot, I'm more careful about the roads, and I think he thought he'd give it one shot before he leaves, and he has been talking about it for a little while. California, some states have hands-free laws where they are fined if you're on your phone or doing something else, and certainly understand the intent. It'll be interesting to see what people's responses to that. Some will be thrilled, and some will not. So I'm kind of curious to start getting feedback from people who are listening. What is your response to that? Certainly, I use Bluetooth all the time. I find that safer for me. I think it's a better idea if I can wear Bluetooth headphones, or certainly talk in the car. And the technology has gotten so much better on cars. You can do that pretty well and not feel like you're in an echo chamber or it's easier. But those older cars, don't have that technology for sure.
Yes, yeah. So we'll see again how that bill comes to fruition. Senator Bledsoe, government shutdown. What is this, day number 36, I believe, which makes it the longest government shutdown in history. Are we going to see? Is the light at the end of the tunnel? I think I heard one of one of the congressional lawmakers, someone in D.C., say they thought maybe it would end at some point this week, but here we are. It's Wednesday. The week's coming to an end here in the middle of the week. No updates. What's your take on, I think it's day number 36 or 37 of the government shutdown. I've lost count now.
Honestly, I've lost count myself.
Yeah.
And I have heard the same thing, that perhaps at the end of this week there was the light at the end of the tunnel. I hope so. And getting through elections helps, I think, for people who are following some of that. Maybe that helps, get people's attention back on D.C. I don't know. I hope it moves more quickly. We certainly want this resolved before Thanksgiving, and that time to do that is certainly getting shorter.
Yeah, so continuing to work on that in Washington, D.C. You mentioned the elections yesterday. Did any of those election results shock you at all? I know it's being told to people, newscasts, whatever, big night for the Democrats, but did any of it shock you? Is it shocking to you that a left-wing leaning individual won the mayoral seat of New York City? I mean, is that breaking news? Come on.
I don't know if it's breaking news. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go that far. Certainly we are in some really interesting places with candidates. And I think one of the things that we've just been talking about with my colleagues and kind of just friends is, over the last, probably since Trump was elected, it's kind of one of the more non-traditional candidates where you had a slew of very traditional elected officials previously who've been involved in, politics or whatnot, had a record to run on.
Yeah.
Since him, you've just seen far more on the right and the left of just a variety of different kind of non-traditional candidates, and they're winning, which is very interesting. Certainly concerned about some of his viewpoints and what he might bring to the table there, and I think that's something to watch. It was interesting, in a midterm, which this kind of is, a non-presidential election year. Those are always kind of anti the party in power, so that's not too surprising in some of those races, but it's certainly interesting to watch, and it'll be interesting going into next spring primaries, what people say about that moving forward.
Yeah. When Senator Bledsoe is your reelection campaign? Is that next year, 2 years? When's yours?
It's 26.
Oh.
So either
okay.
on the primary or the general in 26.
So 2026 coming up. How does that make you feel about running potentially for reelection and all of that, and thinking about campaigning?
You know what? I've just had two very successful fundraisers, one in Boyle County, one in Fayette County.
Nice.
And that makes me feel a lot better going into December with some resources in hand. Fundraising is not what I really particularly enjoy about this job, and so I have not done it since 3 years ago when I started running. I figure people's pockets, money needs to stay in their pockets until you need it to run. And so I've just started that, and honestly, I'm really invigorated by it. It's I love serving the people. I love making a difference. There's something about that decision to say, yes, I'm going to run again, that kind of, gives a little shot in the arm of adrenaline, when you get ready for session. And
yeah.
So I'm really excited about it. I love campaigning in the sense I love talking to people. I love going and doing Q&A and talking what's important to them. So I hope the voters give me another shot at serving.
Now, as state senator, you cover a wide area, right? I mean, you've got Boyle, and you've got Mercer, and you've got Woodford, and you got part of Fayette County. How many miles a year do you drive and you put on your car?
Let me tell you, a lot. A lot. In fact, I keep looking at the little number that says how often, because I hit it way sooner than I should hit it based on that date and number of miles.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm very fortunate. I can be within 45 minutes with most of the district.
Yeah, that's a good
to
point.
An hour. And there are state senators that I'm friends with that have a much larger. It takes them 2.5 hours to transverse other districts. So I'm very fortunate for that. I'm grateful that many people are willing to meet me in Lexington or Frankfort. So that helps a lot too. That people in this area are coming my way. So meeting halfway isn't too bad. So it's not too bad. We have a beautiful part of the state. To be honest, driving through horse country and through farms isn't a bad deal.
Yeah, it could be worse settings to drive through. Certainly believe that. Senator Bledsoe, open floor for you. What have you been working on? What do you want to let your constituents know about on this Wednesday morning?
Today's A&R Day, Appropriations and Revenue Day in Frankfort. So there are meetings all day today that I'm in that we're going to start working continuing to talk on the budget, which will be interesting. We're talking about salary compressions, which you have a number of people actually in Boyle County who work at state government. And salary compression is one of those things where, to put easily, you are hired at X salary. You now have X years of experience. Someone else 10 years later gets hired on at your job. Maybe it's paid more starting out than you were, even with less experience, because the market has changed. And that puts a compression on the salaries, and it's really frustrating. There's no easy solution to that, but that's one of the things we're going to continue talking about today at 1 o'clock. Is we did a salary study 2 years ago, which has helped set some right in some of the areas that were definitely wrong. It's a recalibration and restructure, but it still pops up, in different areas that are hard to recruit, where the salaries are. It's easy in a market or in a professional job to fix those. In the private sector, it's much harder in government to change some of those salaries quickly. So that's one thing we're discussing today at A&R that is important to many people who work for state government. And we're also talking about housing and senior meals again today to make sure we're ready for next year to put the right number in those accounts, so we're better prepared. So that's what's going on today. And it's, like I said, this is the part that I think is a lot of fun, is getting to work together with my colleagues and serve people.
Yeah, when you say make sure there's enough money, make sure that what they're asking for is the appropriate amount of funding, so you don't have to come back and ask for more money there as the year is coming to an end. I do want to mention as well, Senator Bledsoe, the passing of Martha Lane Collins, and I want to kind of get your opinion on that. Obviously, she was the only, and still to this point, the only woman to serve as governor of Kentucky, and one of the biggest moves maybe in the history of, economically speaking, the state of Kentucky, bringing Toyota into the state of Kentucky, and what a phenomenal partner they are with Kentucky, offering so many thousands and thousands of jobs to Kentuckians. And Senator Bledsoe, just you as a woman in Kentucky politics, what did Martha Lane Collins mean to you in seeing a woman serve as governor of the state of Kentucky in the 80s?
It was pretty remarkable. I've met her several times, had several conversations with her, never served with her, clearly, but have admired her from afar. Certainly broke the glass ceiling to say a woman can lead at the executive level. And no matter who you are as a female, it's nice to see women do that and break those barriers. And she wasn't just a strong woman. She was an incredible leader. She had great intuition. Talking with her about how she made the decisions to recruit and what she did to recruit Toyota that was different. Her femininity really, and instincts, got that done. I'm not sure other men would have been as creative maybe as she was during that particular time to figure out how to navigate that and woo them in, but she did. And she's continued to be a powerhouse for women, and she's done a remarkable job just speaking across the state. I know a number of Democratic women in particular who were very highly influenced by her. And me as just a Republican, watching her from afar was pretty incredible. She would often come to Panera in Palomar in Lexington, and there were several times when she was on, I would happen to stop in there. We got talking several different times about what it was like, and she said, "It's a man's world, but not for long." She said, "You don't quit, you just stay at the table." And just knowing that she did gives you that, knowing that you could too one day, and I think that's really important, and certainly grieving for her family. Remarkable woman who left a remarkable touch on the state.
Yeah, it's interesting to think you can walk into the Panera Bread, and there's the former governor eating broccoli cheddar soup out of a bread bowl. Like, hey, there's
no
Martha Lane Collins over there.
That is, Governor Fletcher and Governor John White Brown actually both lived in my district at one time. And so, you never knew who. I ran into Governor Brown just walking on the street. Kids got out and said hello to him, and, they're just people, right? We forget, and that's something that's, I think, so unique about Kentucky as well, is people expect their governor to be someone they can talk to at Panera or on the street and have a relationship with. Unlike maybe some of your federal people, that governor is really a member of our state and is tangible and approachable.
Yeah.
And all of them have been like that, but she was definitely one of them.
Yeah, again, that move, the plant at Toyota Georgetown, one source states they employ 9,950 people. And all that started with, again, Martha Lane Collins bringing Toyota to Georgetown. Senator Bledsoe, appreciate you being on. If people have any questions, how can they get in touch with you?
Email's the best way right now, amanda.maysbledsoe at kylegislature.gov.
There you go. Senator Bledsoe, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again next Wednesday morning, okay?
Sounds good. Thanks, Joe.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Bye. Senator Bledsoe giving us an update from I guess she's not at the state capitol now, but giving us an update from the state capitol. What's going on there in Frankfort as she serves you all in Frankfort as our state senator. 859-238-9447, 238-WHIR, the number to call in. We'd love to have you on the show this morning on WHIR Danville. We've got the Big Daddy with sports coming up next.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. Ninth-ranked Kentucky opened the 25-26 season last night with a 77-51 win over Nichols and Rupp Arena. But the first half was just ugly as neither team could find the basket. Still, UK was up 28-15 at the half. The Cats finally got moving when Denzel Aberdeen took over at point guard. They just seemed to start flowing offensively. Head coach Mark Pope was most pleased with his defense all night long. Aberdeen was one of 4 UK players in double figures as he finished with 10 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Colin Chandler hit 4 of 7 from three-point land to lead Kentucky with 15, while Otega Owe added 13, and Jasper Johnson had 11. UK's back in action Friday night when they host Valparaiso in the BBN United Tip-Off Classic. Point guard Jalen Lowe remains sidelined with a shoulder injury, and 6'10 Jaden Quainich is still rehabbing his ACL tear. Guard Trent Noah went down in the first half when he rolled his ankle. Hometown Radio has 4 high school first-round football playoff games this week, 2 tomorrow night and 2 more Friday night. In Class 2A, Danville has moved its game, hosting Greene County the Thursday night at 7:30 on WHIR. In Class 4A, Boyle County entertains Whitley County at 7 on Z105. Friday night features a pair of 3A games as Garrett County hosts DeSales at 7:30 on Z105, while Mercer County visits Christian Academy of Louisville at 7:30 on WHBN. All 4 games stream live worldwide at hometownlive.net. Kentucky looks for its second SEC win in a row Saturday night when Florida comes to town. The Gators are favored by 3 points. Kickoffs at 7:30 on Z105. The first college football playoff rankings are dominated by the Big Ten and the SEC. Ohio State and Indiana are 1-2, while Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia round out the top 5 teams. Louisville is 15th. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
8 wings, 5 breadsticks, 2 pizzas, everybody wins.
You're hearing that right. The Big Dinner Box from Pizza Hut is here, now starting at $19.99. That's 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks, all bundled up for one unbeatable price. Win dinner and choose your favorite crust. Hand-tossed, pan, thin and crispy, and even tavern style. Order a Big Dinner Box now, only at Pizza Hut. Feed good times. Additional charge for extra toppings, extra cheese, upgrades, and dipping sauce. Not available on stuffed crust. Availability, prices, and participation vary. Taxes, tip, and fees extra.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Thank you there, Riley Joe. Brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top of the line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabs. Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye Street. Get a free estimate and they work with your insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, a high of 68, low at 35. Sunshine and 60 is the high tomorrow. On Friday, rain showers and thunderstorms are possible, and a high Friday of 67. Right now, it's 8:29 in the morning, and we're looking at 50 degrees here in Danville, Wednesday, the 5th day of the month of November. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. Hey, coming up, not this Saturday, But next Saturday, November the 15th, Tea and Treasure at Centenary Methodist Church. This is the Benefit Heritage Hospice. They've got a silent auction, a live auction, and they've got tea and a lunch at Centenary Methodist Church. Get tickets for it. Just 20 tickets left for this. 859-236-2425. Call Hospice and get your tickets now. It's 8:30. Here's news.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
At least 7 people are dead from the catastrophic plane crash in Louisville Tuesday evening. Recovery crews back to work this morning at Muhammad Ali International Airport with upwards of 16 people still unaccounted for, according to the governor. Mayor Craig Greenberg on X this morning says 9 victims have been found at the site of the UPS crash today, but he did not indicate if those were all new victims or the current total.
The crash of UPS Flight 2976 left a trail of destruction.
We're talking about over 250,000 gallons of jet fuel that was on that plane. So we're talking about a very, very dangerous situation.
Louisville Fire Chief Brian O'Neill saying the resulting fire spanned almost an entire city block. Governor Andy Beshear warning residents,
do not go to the crash site. You will put people in danger. You will put yourself in danger.
And officials are telling people if they find debris from the plane crash, avoid touching it. I'm Paul Miles.
A Covington police officer has been placed on 30-day suspension for their actions during a protest on a bridge over the Ohio River earlier this summer. A group of people had gathered in support of a Cincinnati man being held in ICE detention back in July. The officer, now on suspension, was captured on video grabbing a protester and punching them repeatedly. A Kentucky man has now pled guilty to federal charges for destroying a statue of Mary and Jesus.
Federal prosecutors say 27-year-old Marley Taylor of Hopkinsville destroyed a statue of Mary holding baby Jesus located at a Catholic church by using an axe to chop off both the statue's hands. Taylor admitted that he intentionally decapitated the statue of Mary and Jesus because he believed people prayed to the statue as an act of worship. Taylor is scheduled to be sentenced in March. He faces up to 3 years in prison.
That's Scott Hooper reporting, and I'm Rick Ucchino.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Lee Kirkland, and I live in Harrisburg. We're with Welch Homes because I've known Christy since I was a child. She's always been such a good friend and a good person, so I decided to go with her on selling our first home, and she did such a great job for us that we ended up selling and buying about 4 properties through her. She made everything happen quickly, and everything was smoothly, and I would recommend Welch Homes to anybody who is trying to purchase or sell their property.
Welch Homes Real Estate. Welcome home with Welch Homes.
Kentucky hunters, the wait is over. Modern gun deer season is back, and there's no better place to hunt than right here in the Bluegrass State. Sight in your rifle, grab your hunter's orange, and get ready to hit the woods. With thriving deer populations and beautiful fall landscapes, the perfect hunt is waiting for you. Modern gun season runs November 8th through the 23rd. Make memories, fill your freezer, hunt safe, and consider taking someone new to pass on the tradition. Visit fw.ky.gov for regulations and licensing.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Boyle County Fiscal Court may hold a public community forum to address a recent topic that's since caused some controversy. At their last fiscal court meeting, the Boyle Fiscal Court spent time discussing a Planning and Zoning Commission vote that would raise the county's minimum residential lot size from 1 acre to 5 acres, a move that Magistrate Tom Ellis said would make it significantly more difficult for a family to buy land to build a home on, with the cost of 1 acre of land around $30,000, making the minimum 5 acres means to build a home in Boyle, around $150,000 would be needed just for the land, and that's before building the house. There's also the thought, however, that raising the minimum acreage would protect rural infrastructure like roads and water systems. No decision was made, and the court agreed that they needed more public input before they'd make a decision. A Boyle County group is hosting a session on climate strategies. The Women's Network of Boyle County, in conjunction with Resilient Boyle, is hosting the public meeting next Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. It'll be led by Dan Noled from Inroads and a member of the Resilient Boyle group. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Again, it's Tuesday, November the 11th at 7 o'clock at Intercounty Energy's Community Room. The city of Danville is bringing the traveling Vietnam War Veterans Memorial Wall to Danville next year. The city announced that they had come to an agreement with the traveling Vietnam Wall to come to Boyle County as a part of the 250th celebration for Boyle County and the 4th of July military festivities next year. The dates of the wall being in Danville will be July 3rd and 4th of 2026. And one of the biggest events to honor veterans in the state will happen this Friday. Heritage Hospice's 15th annual Veterans Appreciation Luncheon will take place Friday at the Danville National Guard Armory. The free event honors veterans from Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties and includes a lunch and door prizes. Those who come are invited to park at the Danville Stadium where they can be shuttled up to the Danville National Guard Armory for the event. Again, that's this Friday from 11 until 2 at the Danville National Guard Armory. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Did you know that over 1 in 3 Kentucky adults has prediabetes, and most don't even know it? Diabetes can lead to serious health problems, but the good news is it can often be prevented. If you think you might have diabetes or prediabetes, the Boyle County Health Department can help. Learn your risk, get screened, and take the steps toward a healthier future today. Call the Boyle County Health Department at 859-236-2053 for more information or to schedule a screening.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Riley Joe brought to you by our friends hanging out over at the Little Sign Shop. And our new owners and operators offering all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391 for the Little Sign Shop. Sunshine, a high today of 68 and a low tonight of 35. Sunshine and 60 tomorrow. Rain showers on Friday, thunderstorms as well, and a high of 67. Right now, it's 8:37 in the morning, 53 degrees, Wednesday, the 5th day of the month of November. And Pimmy, what you got going on with you this morning? It's Wedding Planning with Pim.
Hi, I'm Pim the Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. Whether your college roommate is temporarily on crutches or your grandmother uses a walker, take your wedding guests' physical limitations into account when planning your ceremony and reception. Call your banquet manager and ask what their facility can do to accommodate a handicapped guest at your wedding. If your guest doesn't drive and is coming alone, is there an accessible public transportation system or taxi service that he or she can use? If there aren't handicapped parking spaces, allocate a few near the entrance to the site. If there are no wheelchair ramps, build or rent portable ones. Restrooms should have accessible entryways and one stall at least 32 inches across, complete with grab bars. If bathrooms in the house of worship are not accessible, warn guests in advance. Low elevator controls are needed for guests in wheelchairs, and elevator buttons in Braille that emit a tone at each floor for the blind. And be sure to describe the physical layouts of both the ceremony and reception sites to a blind guest in advance. Elevator hallways and doorways should be wide enough for easy wheelchair passage. Ask a disabled guest if he has any special needs. If so, invite him to bring a guest. My love note, reserve seats next to aisles for guests in wheelchairs or on crutches, but allow these guests to sit where they feel most comfortable.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HIM to 369-369 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HIM to 369-369. That's HIM to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, their on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
Listen to WHIR online at hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky, YMAX.com.
All right, 8:40 in the morning, 859-238-WHIR. Just in time for our Grub Gab segment. Kraft has announced a new type of macaroni and cheese. It's apple pie flavored mac and cheese. That's a true product. Kraft has announced an apple pie flavored macaroni and cheese. Check it out.
The Colonel's back with my new dessert chicken bucket. Yep, I'm taking a page from the Kraft Apple Pie Mac and Cheese playbook, and I'm desertifying everything on my menu. You'll love my chicken covered in Hershey's syrup.
Ew, I don't want that.
Sure you do. And don't forget about the sides. Banana split coleslaw, hot fudge lava cake potato wedges.
And let me guess, lemon meringue corn on the cob?
Ooh, that's a good idea. And you'll love...
I don't want any of this.
You listen and you listen good. Everybody's mixing their food with dessert nowadays. You either change with the times or you get left behind. So you will eat my dessert food. Eat it.
Yes, sir.
The new dessert chicken bucket. Try it today.
Let's see what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can always just eat it right here on the Joe Show. Let's do it. All right, starting off with Burger King, where Burger King is getting into the holiday spirit with the return of the 12-day Advent calendar. And fans might want to act fast since last year was sold out almost instantly. The festive box is filled with fun, fast food-themed surprises like candles and keychains, a total value of over $100, but it retails for just $19.54, a nod to the year the chain was founded. The calendar will be available starting November 21st, and eager fans can even text ahead to secure their spot when this Burger King 12-day Advent calendar drops. Wendy's expands its Frosty Fusions lineup with the introduction of the new Snickerdoodle Frosty Fusion just in time for the 2025 holiday. Available in vanilla or chocolate, the Snickerdoodle Frosty Fusion is swirled with a sweet cinnamony Snickerdoodle sauce and blended with chunks of Snickerdoodle cookies. The festive Frosty is also available as a Snickerdoodle Frosty Swirl, featuring a vanilla or chocolate Frosty swirled and topped with sweet Snickerdoodle sauce. Wendy's Snickerdoodle Cookie Frosty Fusion starts at a suggested price of $4.19 for a small, while the Snickerdoodle Frosty Swirl starts at $2.99. You can find the Snickerdoodle Frosty with Wendy's locations nationwide while supplies last. And hey, if you want some pizza, aiming to deliver variety, flavor, and value this holiday season, Little Caesars is running an online-only promotion where you can choose any 2 or more items from the new Mix and Match menu for $5.99 each at participating locations starting November the 3rd. The new Mix and Match menu features customer favorites like slices and sticks, classic cheese and pepperoni, plus new one-topping large pizzas, pretzel crust pizzas, and Caesar wings in barbecue, buffalo, garlic parm, and oven-roasted varieties. More specifically, you can get any of the following items for $5.99 each when you order at least 2. Classic cheese, pepperoni, large mushroom pizza, large pineapple pizza, slices and sticks bacon and jalapeno, the pretzel crust pizzas, oven-roasted wings, barbecue wings, buffalo wings, garlic parm wings. That's a really good deal. That pretzel crust is good pizza. Little Caesars launches a new Mix and Match menu deal with large pizzas and wings for $5.99 each. Wendy's introduces the new Snickerdoodle Frosty Fusion. And Burger King is so back with its 12-day Advent calendar. That's what's going on in Grub Gab, where you can always just eat it right here on the Joe Show. Hey, it's 8:45 in the morning. We see what's gone on this date, November 5th, in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history coming up next on The Joe Show.
The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projections, and if you're right, you could win big. Prize Picks is also available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Most importantly, they do not play about your money. All transactions on the app are fast, safe, and secure. Don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. And now Prize Picks offers stacks where you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROAM. Get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. 9th-ranked Kentucky opened the 25-26 season last night with a 77-51 win over Nichols in Rupp Arena. But the first half was just ugly as neither team could find the basket. Still, UK was up 28-15 at the half. The Cats finally got moving when Denzel Aberdeen took over at point guard. They just seemed to start flowing offensively. Head coach Mark Pope was most pleased with his defense all night long. Aberdeen was one of 4 UK players in double figures as he finished with 10 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Colin Chandler hit 4 of 7 from three-point land to lead Kentucky with 15, while Otega Owe added 13, and Jasper Johnson had 11. UK's back in action Friday night when they host Valparaiso in the BBN United Tip-Off Classic. Point guard Jalen Lowe remains sidelined with a shoulder injury, and 6'10 Jaden Quainich is still rehabbing his ACL tear. Guard Trent Noah went down in the first half when he rolled his ankle. Hometown Radio has 4 high school first-round football playoff games this week, 2 tomorrow night and 2 more Friday night. In Class 2A, Danville has moved its game, hosting Greene County to Thursday night at 7:30 on WHIR. In Class 4A, Boyle County entertains Whitley County at 7 on Z105. Friday night features a pair of 3A games as Garrett County hosts DeSales at 7:30 on Z105, while Mercer County visits Christian Academy of Louisville at 7:30 on WHBN. All 4 games stream live worldwide at hometownlive.net. Kentucky looks for its second SEC win in a row Saturday night when Florida comes to town. The Gators are favored by 3 points. Kickoffs at 7:30 on Z105. The first college football playoff rankings are dominated by the Big Ten and the SEC. Ohio State and Indiana are 1-2, while Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia round out the top 5 teams. Louisville is 15th. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Ladies, get ready for a night of sparkle and fun at B&L Jewelers Ladies Night, November 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. Enjoy great savings before the holiday rush with savings up to 70% off with exclusive specials available only during these 2 hours. Join us for refreshments and multiple prize drawings throughout the evening. Plus, we're kicking off our Diamond Love Knot earring giveaway. Get 1 entry just for joining us, earn another entry for every $100 spent, and bringing a friend will get you another chance to win. So come gear up for Christmas and sparkle early at B&L Jewelers, where every lady shines a little brighter. Danville Manor Shopping Center.
One of the most trusted names in jewelry is B&L Jewelers. For years, we've been helping you and your neighbors say, I love you, happy anniversary, even here's something just because. At B&L Jewelers, you could trust us for everything from an elegant engagement diamond to that watch repair. Love gets better at B&L Jewelers, located in the Danville Manor Shopping Center.
Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Almost every small Kentucky town has a go-to restaurant. In Central Kentucky, it's the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. If you like a good buffet, you'll love the huge down-home cooking featuring 3 fully stocked buffet tables, or you can order off their extensive menu. You'll find something delicious for every person in the family at the Bread of Life Cafe. Visit the gift and sweet shop at the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday, 9 Friday and Saturday. Feed your tummy and your soul with a stop at the Bread of Life Cafe and Buffet, 5 miles south of Liberty.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
All right, Rayleigh Joe, thanks for that. Brought to you by our friends over at the Big Deals Online Store, hometownlive.net. Shop it safe on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts, up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals Online Store is at hometownlive.net. Sunshine, 68 and 35 is the high and low. Sunshine and 60 tomorrow, and that's a football Friday for Boyle County and for Danville, both playing tomorrow night. On Friday, high of 67, an inch of rain and thunderstorms are possible on Friday. 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. We love to have you right here on the radio on The Joe Show as we take a look at what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Starting off on this date back in 1941, where American singer, songwriter, and poet by the name of Art Garfunkel was born.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know.
Yeah, Art Garfunkel having a birthday today. He's 84 years old today. With Paul Simon, the two performed together first as a duo known as Tom and Jerry. But then later as Simon and Garfunkel, they scored the #1 hits, The Sound of Silence, Bridge Over Troubled Water, and Mrs. Robinson, which was written for the 1967 film The Graduate, which you're hearing now. Their 1970 album, Bridge Over Troubled Water, spent 307 weeks on the UK chart, won 5 awards at the 13th Annual Grammys in 1971, including Grammy Award for Record of the Year and Song of the Year. Garfunkel starred in 2 Mike Nichols films, Catch-22 and Carnal Knowledge. He scored the solo 1979 UK #1 single Bright Eyes, which also appeared in the movie Watership Down. Happy 84th today to Art Garfunkel from Simon and Garfunkel.
God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those who pray. Hey, hey, hey.
It was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1959, Canadian guitarist, singer, songwriter, record producer Bryan Adams was born. And released his debut album at the age of 20. Reckless in 1984 became the first album by a Canadian to be certified diamond in Canada and made Adams a global star. The album's 6 charting singles included Run to You and this one, Summer of 69. His 1991 U.S. #1 single, Everything I Do It For You, spent a record-breaking 16 weeks at #1 in the UK charts and reached #1 in at least 19 other countries. Happy birthday today, Bryan Adams. 66 years old today. It was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1966. This group went #1 on the Billboard singles charts with this song. The group's first #1, a song co-written by Bobby Hart, who got the lyrics when he turned on the radio and heard the end of the Beatles song Paperback Writer. The Monkees went #1 this day, 1966, with Last Train to Clarksville. He thought Paul McCartney was singing Take the Last Train and decided to use that line when he found out McCartney was actually singing Paperback Writer. So, yeah, I mean, there's stories about songs like that. You get an idea from hearing something or seeing something. That's just another story that lives in infamy. On this date, 1966, the Monkees went #1 with Last Train to Clarksville.
And I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville. I'll be waiting at the station
And it was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B, 1988, where this group went number one of the U.S. singles charts with this song. I think I read somewhere, like a recent survey called this... Oh, I know what it was. Do you remember Friday when we were talking with Dusty about if you could erase any song ever, what song would it be? This was on the list that people answered. They said Kokomo by the Beach Boys is a song, if they could erase any song, Kokomo would be the song they would erase. It did go number one on this date, 1988, peaked at top 25 on the UK charts. The track had been featured in the film Cocktail. On this date, 1988, the Beach Boys went number one on the US singles chart with the song Kokomo.
Down in Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama.
8:55 in the morning. That's what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. It's 53 degrees. Are you looking for a quick payday? Mega Millions could have it for you. It is once again reaching some pretty astronomical heights. We'll tell you about it coming up right after this on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
I didn't always understand harm reduction, but then I saw the impact. People are alive today because someone had Narcan. Families didn't have to bury their loved ones. That's what harm reduction is really about, saving lives and keeping our community safer. At Bull County Health Department Harm Reduction, we provide free Narcan, overdose education, fentanyl and xylazine test strips, syringe exchange, and HIV and Hep C testing. Because when we offer people tools to stay safe, we give them a chance to seek help when they are ready. A healthier, safer community starts with all of us. Call 859-319-7468. Together, we can save lives.
So creamy it melts in your mouth. Mom Blakeman's candy.
Mom Blakeman's has made the world's best cream pull candy, and we have been making potato candy. We ship all over the world and have it in many retail stores. You are welcome to stop by our shop in Lancaster to sample or purchase any of our 7 flavors of cream pull candy and potato candy. We have a variety of tubs and tins available. Visit our website at momblakeman'scandy.com or call 800-542-4607.
Catch the best of Sean Hannity, Saturday mornings 10 to 1 on WHIR.
It's Boyle County EMS Crisis Response Unit Wednesday. We'll talk with the CRU team coming up at 9:10 this morning. 9:35, Farmers National Bank will join us. They are going to be on to talk about a young student who was up for the Lights, Camera, Save, I believe, nationwide contest for a chance to win that nationwide. So we'll have that coming up in the 9 o'clock in the morning hour. Hey, the Mega Millions jackpot is continuing to grow. Got a chance to win this $843 million. There was no grand prize winner in last night's Tuesday night drawing. So the next chance to strike it rich will come on Friday. Ahead of that, however, there's also a Powerball drawing. So Mega Millions is up to $843 million. Powerball's nothing to sneeze at either. $438 million for the Powerball. That takes place tonight, and it stands at an estimated $438 million. Mega Millions is rising. The $843 million grand prize will be drawn Friday. And then flip some of those numbers around from 843 for Mega Millions to 438 for Powerball. That drawing will take place tonight. Hey, it's November the 5th. We're getting into that time of the season where people are asking themselves, is it too early to start decorating for Christmas or celebrating the Christmas season? I mean, I don't know why you care what people think. Do whatever you want. However, if you're ready for Christmas movies on TV, one of the most popular ones is a movie called A Christmas Story. And it's almost time to start binge watching that movie, but you can actually do one better. You can stay at the actual house in A Christmas Story. The actual house in Cleveland, Ohio is now open to the public. You can spend the night there this holiday season. Sleepover guests have exclusive access to the house after museum hours. Hang out in the living room couch with hot cocoa. Look out the window where Ralphie dreamed of his BB gun. And take photos beside the iconic Christmas tree. The bedrooms are restored in that full 1940s style, from the twin beds and the bedspreads to the pink bunny pajamas waiting for you to try on. And yes, they are yours to keep. You can reserve your stay for this month or next at the House and Museum's website. Reservations to spend the night at the house from A Christmas Story. All right, let's see. Looks like $1,145 a night is what it is. If you want the whole house, $1,145 a night. And there are some openings here, but it's in Cleveland. Got to make the drive there, then fork over nearly $1,200 to rent it out for the house from A Christmas Story. 9 o'clock in the morning, top hour news coming your way next. Boyle County Crisis Response Unit coming up after that. It's 9 o'clock.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Lisa Taylor. Tuesday's off-year election saw Democrats pick up wins in key races, and President Trump says he knows why. Trump wasn't on the ballot, the president posted in all caps on Truth Social. Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani won the race for mayor in New York City, and Abigail Spanberger won the governor's race in Virginia. In New Jersey, former Navy helicopter pilot Mikey Sherrill will be the next governor. Jennifer Polsoni reports.
Democrat Mikey Sherrill handedly beating Republican Jack Ciattarelli by better than 10 percentage points.
I'm going to hold government accountable, balancing individual liberty with collective responsibility.
She's set to meet with outgoing term-limited Governor Phil Murphy. Keeping the Garden State blue for 3 consecutive governor's terms hasn't been done in the state in decades. She'll become the second woman to serve as New Jersey governor when she's sworn into office on January 20th.
Meanwhile, in California, voters passed Proposition 50, the measure redrawing congressional maps to favor Democrats. Federal transportation investigators are in Louisville, Kentucky to search for the cause of a UPS jet crash at Louisville Muhammad Ali Airport that killed 9 people. Mayor Craig Greenberg says emergency crews are still active on the scene.
We unfortunately expect that the casualty count will rise.
Authorities say 11 people were taken to hospitals with injuries and 2 are in critical condition. The MD-11 was supposed to fly to Honolulu and was loaded with some 38,000 gallons of fuel as it took off late yesterday afternoon. UPS issued a statement saying it's terribly saddened by the crash and it will work tirelessly with state and local authorities on response efforts. Soccer legend David Beckham has been honored with a knighthood ceremony at Windsor Castle.
I'm stood here at Windsor Castle with the most important monarchy in the world and getting a knighthood, so it doesn't get much better.
The 50-year-old former England captain was knighted by King Charles yesterday for his service to sports and charity. You're listening to the latest on NBC News Radio.
This Christmas unforgettable with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. A fusion of rock and classical with a heartwarming Christmas tale. December 10th, Rupp Arena. Reserve seats on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert.
Discover experiences that truly move you. Spectacular nature and authentic bluegrass music captivate you. Legendary horses and world-renowned bourbon wow you. Visit KentuckyTourism.com to find what moves you in our new Kentucky home.
President Trump says the Supreme Court tariffs case is life or death for our country. Mark Mayfield has more.
The High Court will take up the case today to consider the legality of Trump's global tariffs. In a post on Truth Social, the president said, with a victory, we have tremendous but fair financial and national security. Without the tariffs, the U.S. is virtually defenseless against other countries who've taken advantage of us for years. The court's decision could have massive implications for American consumers and businesses and presidential authority.
Mexican President Claudia Maria Sheinbaum says the U.S. will not be sending troops into her country to take on drug cartels. Speaking at a news conference Tuesday, Sheinbaum said that she had rejected offers from President Trump and that the Mexican government doesn't agree with any U.S. military interference or interventionism. Her comments come after reports that the Trump administration was in the early planning stages of a mission to put U.S. troops and intelligence officers in Mexico. Federal prosecutors are hoping a D.C. jury will find a man guilty of misdemeanor assault for throwing a sandwich at a federal agent. Lawyers for former Department of Justice employee Sean Dunn admitted yesterday that he did throw a sandwich at a U.S. Customs and Border Protection agent in August, but they also called the incident an act of protected political protest. Prosecutors told the jury that no one should be allowed to throw things at other people. Dunn declined to say whether he planned to testify in the trial, which is expected to end later today. The FDA is issuing a recall for America's top-selling cholesterol-lowering drug. The recall involves more than 140,000 bottles of atorvastatin calcium tablets. That action was initiated by Ascend Laboratories, based in New Jersey, which sold the pills imported from India under its label. There were problems with the way the tablets dissolve. Multiple strengths of atorvastatin are affected, including 10, 20, 40, and 80 milligram bottles. The first rankings for the college football playoff have been released. Ohio State is leading the nation as the #1 team. Indiana, Texas A&M, and Alabama round out the top 4 teams, which will receive a bye to the quarterfinals. Lisa Taylor, NBC News Radio.
Your morning cup of Sean. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Yeah, of course, you don't need an ID in New York. And Musk added that, Mamdani's on the ballot twice, maybe he can win twice too. I mean, it's just typical dumb lack of election integrity. And as we, start this day off, I would be negligent if I didn't say we've got to fix this. Republicans now have got to make this a priority. I mean, and it's not hard. Now, both parties have bitterly complained about election results. Hillary Clinton is 1. Stacey Abrams is 2. President Trump can be number 3. Okay, there, I'm being fair. But we don't have election integrity, which is the problem. The measures to put in place are not complicated.
The conservative underground meets later today on the Sean Hannity Show.
We are seeing something really disturbing. Anti-Semitism on the rise. College campuses, halls of Congress, punditry world, around the world. Sadly, right here in America, Jewish schools are being targeted. Synagogues threatened. There was a tourist in Midtown Manhattan beaten and attacked in broad daylight. Why? Because he was Jewish. Okay, never again is right now. And I don't know what part of hundreds of thousands of missiles fired into Israel. Israelis murdered on October 7th. Murder, kidnapping, torture, rape, beheading that some people don't understand. What would you want Americans to do? What would you expect your government to do if we were attacked this way? The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews, they're on the front lines. They're providing all the humanitarian assistance to Jewish families under threat, and they're helping people rebuild their lives. Your gift, whatever you can give, and your support is life-saving work. Please donate generously. 888-488-IFCJ, 888-488-IFCJ, or ifcj.org.
Hi, this is Jenny at the Danville Nutrition Center. Join us for our annual Customer Appreciation Days extravaganza. Friday, November 7th and Saturday, November 8th, we will have 20% off store-wide. Food, samples, and free gift basket giveaways. At the Danville Nutrition Center, we value our customers and want to celebrate you. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care. See ya Friday, November 7th and Saturday, November 8th.
You get a medal, and you get a medal, and you get a medal at the Titletown Turkey Trot, presented by Danville Office Equipment. Join us Thanksgiving morning at 8 o'clock for the biggest and most festive race Danville's ever seen. It includes a 1-mile gobble wobble run walk and the 5K run walk. All finishers get a long sleeve shirt and finisher's medal, presented by Bodner Roofing. Bodner Roofing is family owned and operated for more than 70 years. For dependable roofing service backed by decades of expertise, contact Bodner Roofing, 236-8308. And we'll see you Thanksgiving morning, 8 o'clock at Rebel Stadium for the Titletown Turkey Trot. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday. It's the 5th day of November, and we're happy to have you aboard the Joe Show on this Wednesday morning. We got the Crisis Response Unit coming up next, right after local news, which is now.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The Boyle County Fiscal Court may hold a public community forum to address a recent topic that's since caused some controversy. At their last fiscal court meeting, the Boyle Fiscal Court spent time discussing a Planning and Zoning Commission vote that would raise the county's minimum residential lot size from 1 acre to 5 acres, a move that Magistrate Tom Ellis said would make it significantly more difficult for a family to buy land to build a home on, with the cost of 1 acre of land around $30,000, making the minimum 5 acres means to build a home in Boyle, around $150,000 would be needed just for the land, and that's before building the house. There's also the thought, however, that raising the minimum acreage would protect rural infrastructure like roads and water systems. No decision was made, and the court agreed that they needed more public input before they'd make a decision. A Boyle County group is hosting a session on climate strategies. The Women's Network of Boyle County, in conjunction with Resilient Boyle, is hosting the public meeting next Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. It'll be led by Dan Noled from Inroads and a member of the Resilient Boyle group. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Again, it's Tuesday, November the 11th at 7 o'clock at Intercounty Energy's Community Room. The city of Danville is bringing the traveling Vietnam War Veterans Memorial Wall to Danville next year. The city announced that they had come to an agreement with the traveling Vietnam Wall to come to Boyle County as a part of the 250th celebration for Boyle County and the 4th of July military festivities next year. The dates of the wall being in Danville will be July 3rd and 4th of 2026. And one of the biggest events to honor veterans in the state will happen this Friday. Heritage Hospice's 15th annual Veterans Appreciation Luncheon will take place Friday at the Danville National Guard Armory. The free event honors veterans from Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties and includes a lunch and door prizes. Those who come are invited to park at the Danville Stadium, where they can be shuttled up to the Danville National Guard Armory for the event. Again, that's this Friday from 11 until 2 at the Danville National Guard Armory. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Hey there, Rayleigh, brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you by calling Mark or Chris for a free quote. 859-236-6686. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. Sunny skies on this Wednesday and 70 degrees is the high. Oh, man, perfect stuff. A low tonight of 35. Sunshine and 60 tomorrow for Boyle County versus Whitley County and Danville versus Greene County. Both games being played tomorrow night. That's because rain shower and thunderstorm chances, which is not what you want for playoff games. Every time it lightnings or thunders, they have to come off the field. So both Danville and Boyle County being proactive. I guess Boyle's game was scheduled Thursday anyway. Danville being proactive now and moving their game up to Thursday because of the rain potential on Friday. Saturday, great day, sunny and 64, and then a chance of snow showers on Sunday night into Monday, where our Sunday night low is 25. The Monday night low is 22. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning. It's a Boyle County Crisis Response Unit Wednesday. And to make this segment official, here's Jim Barman.
The following is a paid program.
Told you. And we welcome on to the show. We've got Jessica and Mike in studio with us. Good morning. How are you all? Doing
Morning,
good?
Joe.
We're fabulous.
Good. Appreciate you all being in here this morning. You had the whole crew in here, but they all dispersed.
Yep.
Did y'all draw straws or something to be on the radio?
Something like that.
I think we're just always the dynamic duo.
That's
here.
what it is, yeah. We're glad to have you all on, and we've learned so much about Boyle County Crisis Response Unit, even through the first few months of this bi-monthly segment, every first and third Wednesday of the month, and we're happy to have you all back in studio. So again, back to square one. What is the Boyle County Crisis Response Unit? Mike, if someone asks you, what is Crisis Response Unit? I've never heard of that before. Maybe I've heard a little bit. What do you all do? What's your answer to that question?
Well, we respond in a discreet manner to a person that's experiencing some kind of mental health crisis. So whether it's suicide ideation, those types of things, we're there to help. And we send a paramedic and a social worker out to, check the physical side, make sure the patient's okay physically, and then also have the social worker there for the mental health side. And that's such a big part of what we're trying to do is to, take care of both aspects of your body, because we all know mental health is such a huge part of, how you feel daily.
Yeah.
And so that's basically it. You can call the station, you can call 911. If you know someone that's going through something, our biggest fear is that someone's suffering alone and we're there. We have resources. We can get you to therapist, whatever we need to de-escalate the situation. Just sit there and talk and be with you. Whether it's, just something you can't get through alone, either, no matter what, we'll be there.
Yeah.
So.
If an individual knows someone going through a mental health crisis, can they call that for another person? I mean, again, if you know someone if you're next to someone that's having a heart attack, you would call 911 for them for a physical problem, right? So can you say the same thing for a mental health issue as well?
Yeah, if you're just worried about somebody, we're happy to come check. And again, our services, as far as the crisis response, is all free. The EMS side, there's billing and stuff related to all that. But for what we're doing with the crisis response, it's sponsored through a grant. So it's 100% free. So you don't have to worry about that. And so if you know someone that's going through something, give us a call. We'll meet with them if they're willing to, and give them the resources and get them started in a direction, to heal both mind and body.
Again, when people hear this, they probably wonder, well, how often are you all responding to mental health crisis? Is that I guess the plural word for it? Crises. What's the number of? And again, I'm kind of putting you on the spot. You may not have the hard numbers, but if you could break it down percentage-wise, a physical 911 calls for a physical emergency versus a mental health emergency, what do you think the percentages are of calls?
Yeah, it's probably, and this is just off the hip, probably 25%.
Okay.
It's just some relation, and the biggest thing in Kentucky we know about, in any emergency department you walk in, probably 50% are related to medical trauma, and the other 50% are related to some sort of substance misuse or a mental health problem. And that's one of the things we're trying to do. We're trying to divert inappropriate ER visits.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is appropriate. If you're having that chest pain that we can't determine is related to that mental health, then you do need to go to the ER and get checked out. But trying to get them to a place that's more suitable for what's happening right there is what our goal is.
Have you all worked with the local hospital, with Eva McDowell, and seen if the numbers are reflective of them seeing less emergency room visits for things that people shouldn't visit the ER for?
Yeah, I think the ER has such volume that it would be difficult for them to track each one, and plus, Ephraim's a hub for the surrounding counties, and so it's pretty overwhelming. But
they do their annual report though, and so we may know something early next year about this year's numbers versus last year's numbers as a total. Mm-hmm. But I think it would be very hard to boil it down to just Boyle County.
Yeah, we are entering now, Jessica and Mike, the time of the year which for many people is the best time of the year. Thanksgiving's coming up, family gatherings, Christmas. The magic of the Christmas season, family gatherings and Santa Claus and happiness for some people. For others, this can be a time of the year where, we just set the clocks back on Sunday. Now it's darker earlier. Mm-hmm. It's getting colder. You can't get out as much. Maybe you've got people who have suffered losses in their families. The family gatherings aren't the same, or maybe the matriarch or patriarch who put the family gatherings together isn't here anymore, so they're just not happening.
Yep.
So this can be a time of year that for many people is stressful, can cause depression, can cause sadness. Tell us about that.
Well, and I think we've got all of that scenario in addition to the financial strain that comes with the holidays for families. And we know, looking at things, that relationships and financial burden are some of the leading causes of suicide ideation. And so over the holidays, those increase. So it makes sense that we see an increase in suicidal ideation in our populace, right?
Yeah.
And we want to be here at the forefront saying, take care of yourself on the front end, right? Mm-hmm. We are so happy to respond. We will be there quickly. I think, what's the average response time for 7 minutes?
For all of Boyle County, it's anywhere from 5 minutes and 50 seconds to 6:30. It kind of runs in that area range.
Okay.
So we're going to be there.
Yeah.
Right. But ideally, we would like to not be needed, right? We want everyone to be healthy. And so if we can get people taking care of themselves on the front end, thinking through, all right, this is going to be a stressful situation for me. What can I do to help make sure I'm prepared for it, that I have the skills necessary, that I've taken care of myself in a way that, you know, when the politics conversation starts around the dinner table, I can go to the bathroom, you know, or I can excuse myself, that kind of thing, just so that we're doing things that are good for us. And if it becomes overwhelming, reach out, right? Because connection is the thing that we need. And it helps when we can connect with someone who we know cares. Mm-hmm. And so don't hesitate to pick up that phone and call.
Yeah, and I guess the fact of the matter is, too, each season of the year presents its own different stressors.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, obviously, the holiday season. But then you get to the spring and you've got maybe school letting out and you're trying to figure out what are we going to do with this. And then you get to the summer where you've been with the kids, or maybe there's a problem. There's been a divorce, visitation, and where are the kids going on vacation? What are we doing here? Then school's back again, so now your schedule changes. I mean, there's different stressors regardless of the time of the year.
There is. I think the holidays are harder because sometimes it's impacted as well by the seasonal affective disorder, where, you know, the days are shorter. We're not getting the natural sunshine. There are individuals who legitimately have increased depression symptoms over the winter. And a lot of times that goes untreated because, you know, it's just the winter blues. It's fine. But that can become not fine when we add additional stressors to it, such as financial strain with the holidays, you know, family dynamics, feeling like you're less than or not doing what you should, you know, for the family or for the kids, things like that.
Yeah. So what is seasonal affective disorder? Because we hear it oftentimes during this time of the year, and I think it's said almost so generically that people are like, well, if someone's sad during the winter season, it's seasonal affective disorder, which does abbreviate to SAD, S-A-D.
Yeah.
But what is seasonal affective disorder?
So seasonal affective disorder is depression symptoms that really present themselves strongly during the winter months. And they have found that there's light therapy and things that you can do that help in a natural way. And then there's medication and things as well.
When
there's
you say
coping
light
strategies.
Therapy, that's like literally like exposing yourself to light?
There is a special frequency of light, like a special light bulb lamp that you can purchase.
Wow.
And I think it's 20 or 30 minutes in the morning. You sit under this light.
Wow.
And it clinically helps with the seasonal affective disorder.
Can we just all agree we need to stop dropping back or falling back, whatever it's called, the time change?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I heard someone say the other day, if we just split it 30 and 30 and just gave an extra 30 minutes a day and called it good, that would work. And I'm like, I've never heard that before, but that's a pretty good idea.
If you gave it what now?
So instead of, like, we're just going to agree. Instead of, 9:30 right now, it's 10.
Okay.
And we're not changing it all anymore. Everybody just goes with it.
I like it. That way, standard time and daylight savings time, both people are meeting in the middle.
Yes, it's a compromise.
Would it work that way?
It's like Diamond Rio says. You got to meet under that old Georgia pine.
Meet
right?
in the Middle by Diamond Rio, the great 90s country song, yes. With Jessica Wigington and Mike Rogers, Boyle County Crisis Response Unit. Again, if you have a physical health emergency, you know to dial 911, and now word is getting out. People in Boyle County know a mental health emergency. 911 is the number to dial as well. It's 9:22 in the morning on this Wednesday, the 5th day of November. We'll step aside. We'll come back and finish up the conversation with Mike and Jessica right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projections, and if you're right, you can win big. Prize Picks is also available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Most importantly, they do not play about your money. All transactions on the app are fast, safe, and secure. Don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. And now Prize Picks offers stacks where you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROAM. Get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Danville Bike and Footwear is listening to their customers with an edition of Ultra running shoes. Ultra is known for its roomy toe box and zero to low drop that adds to your comfort, whether you're running errands or on our beautiful Kentucky trails. Danville Bike and Footwear specializes in individual shoe fittings to ensure maximum comfort. They carry Brooks, Saucony, Asics, and now Ultra shoes for your active lifestyle. Come into Danville Bike and Footwear and let them find the perfect fit for your feet in downtown Danville.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
9:25 in the morning, 859-238 WHIR. I got caught up talking with Jessica and Mike in the commercial break about UK and forgot to do the appropriate music to bring us back from the commercial break, which is this. A little Diamond Rio, Meet in the Middle. 179 million streams on Spotify. All of those by Mike Rogers.
I'm so happy right now. I've got a tear in my eye.
Yeah, see? Well, how much, music can help with mood,
oh,
right?
Hugely, yeah.
How much just making sure you're going about your daily routine, maybe getting some exercise, going for a walk, putting the earbuds in, listening to your favorite songs or artist or radio station or whatever it may be.
Well, yeah, absolutely, Joe, right?
Yeah, listen to me. I'll put you in a good mood. Come on. You can say, at least I'm not that big of an idiot, right?
But that is legitimately something that I talk about with a lot of clients is that awareness of where am I starting out my day, right? Mm-hmm. If we think about it as a thermometer, a ladder, or whatever you can climb, right? If you start out at the top, you got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And so the first thing that happens sends you over the edge.
Yeah.
If we can start out a little lower, we got room to deal with the things of the day, handle the stressors before we're at the point where we're going to blow our lid and, it's not going to be pretty. So doing things like listening to your favorite music. I talked to someone the other day about, like, I get so angry in the morning. I pick up my phone, I'm scrolling through Facebook. I'm like, what if we just didn't look at Facebook until lunch? Like,
stop looking at that.
How would that help your day?
Yeah.
It's like my arm hurts when I raise it in the air. The doctor's like, well, stop
raising your arm in the air.
Right?
I take great pleasure and joy. Like, I woke up this morning and I'm just going to be honest. Oftentimes, I don't get enough sleep. Mm-hmm. The night before, our 10-month-old was crying the entire night. I think his teeth were hurting him. And so, like, I wake up early regardless of how well I sleep the night before. Everybody's the same. They got to wake up for a 9 o'clock job at 8 o'clock, regardless how much sleep you got the night before. Yep. But I take a lot of joy in just getting my first cup of coffee of the day, right? Like the small things that can put you in a good mood.
Yes, it's the little things in life. It is, what do we actually enjoy doing? What brings that little spark? And that's, again, back to we have those things that really fill our cup, like your coffee. Mm-hmm. And then we have the connection with others that does matter, right? When we walk into work and no one even looks up, it's kind of like, well, that kind of day, okay. Yeah. But if someone greets you and says, hey, good morning, Joe, you're like, all right, I got a little pep. Oh, yeah. And so the connection really does matter. And so making sure you're fostering that. If you're working from home and, maybe everybody's out of the house before you're really up and around, call somebody for 5 minutes and just connect, do something just to build that up. Have your first cup of coffee in a nice, peaceful place, right? Mm-hmm. Don't have it in front of the sink with all the dishes from last night.
Yeah. Yeah. If someone does call 911, they can't seem to find the hope in the what they're living day to day. Mm-hmm. And someone calls you all, hey, I need help, or such and such needs help. I think they're having an issue. What can they expect when you all show up on scene to, I don't know if evaluation is the right word, but to evaluate the
an
situation.
Assessment, yeah. And I think the number one thing that we want people to remember that they're going to get when we show up is compassion. And so, when we show up, it's not a medical model of, all right, let's take your blood pressure, your temperature, and get you out of here to somebody else. It's okay, let's sit for a minute. Tell me what's going on. Let's figure out what actually needs to happen to change this situation to where you feel like it's worth it. Because we have to remember that life is painful sometimes, but it's also still worth living. And we talk about that balance a lot of, it's not going to be pain-free.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you all do a follow-up after the initial call?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Several sometimes.
Yeah, what's the length of time before they can expect to hear from you all again? And is that a phone call from you all, or are you all just showing back up and meeting with them, or you're scheduling a meeting, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's both. And it just depends on the patient. If they seem to need more needs, we can follow up the next day. Sometimes it's the next week. Just depends on what they need. We try to tailor it to each person and ask them what they want. And so sometimes it can be a phone call. Hey, can we come out and check on you today? And then sometimes that's they're I'm good. That's okay.
Yeah, I think Jessica, what you said, the number one thing that you want people to know is that you all are going to have compassion on the individual. Is when people are dealing maybe with a mental health stressor in their life and they feel like they can't escape. They almost, I think there's this issue where like, if I call, they're going to judge me. They're going to think there's something wrong with me mentally, that I can't get over this, and so I'm going to have to handle this myself. And so number one, what Jessica's saying is that is so far from the truth. You all are making sure, you understand that this can happen to anybody. Mental health stressors can happen to anyone at any time, regardless of what their situation is. People could, one day could be great, and the next day their world could be falling apart because they get bad news. They get news of a loved one that has passed. They get a diagnosis they didn't know they had 24 hours prior, right? So, you all are showing up understanding this can happen to anyone, and we're here for you.
Yes, and mental health does not discriminate. It does not care what you make every year.
Yeah.
It doesn't care what kind of house you live in. Mental health problems happen to everyone at pretty much the same frequency.
Yeah.
911
is the phone number to call in if, again, you have a physical health emergency. We know that's the number. Also a mental health emergency for Boyle County EMS and the Crisis Response Unit. Mike, Jessica, appreciate you all being on. We're talking to you all again in 2 weeks on November the 19th.
One last thing, Joe.
Yeah, go ahead.
What we learned from today is that if you need that break during the holidays, you just take a break, go in the bathroom, listen to Diamond Rio.
Yes.
If that don't help,
Here we go.
The crisis response team's there.
Yes. Finding joy, simple pleasures, every single day, things that make you happy. Appreciate you all being on.
Thanks, Joe.
It's 9:30 in the morning. Bottom Hour News is underway.
From your place to house, neither one of us was old enough to drive a car. Sometimes it was raining, sometimes it would shine.
Started the process to explore strategic options for the Pizza Hut brand.
We believe a different approach, including but not limited to a sale of the business, would allow Pizza Hut to realize its full potential.
Pizza Hut sales in the U.S. fell 7% in the first 9 months of this year. Yum! Brands announced earlier this year it was moving its KFC division from Louisville to Plano, Texas, home of the Pizza Hut division. Yum! Also announced last week that it was moving its Louisville corporate headquarters to the PNC Tower on Main Street.
That's Scott Hooper reporting, and I'm Rick Ucino.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hometown Radio's Big Deals offer is out of this world. It's Cosmic Bowling. Experience bowling with an outer space-like atmosphere. Black lights, strobe lights, and pattern lights accent the hit music that beats over the speakers. The lights and music effects make it an out-of-the-world experience. It's all at Galaxy Bowling and Entertainment Center in Richmond. Go have a lot of family fun with our Big Deals Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi party. The party includes 2 hours of bowling shoes for up to 6 people, a large pizza, and a pitcher of soda. The retail value is up to $85. At Big Deals online store, get Get the pizza pins and Pepsi Party for just $49. Yes, $49. What a deal. It's a big deal out of this world. Shop and save at Big Deal's online store, hometownlive.net. hometownlive.net.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
Big deals at hometownlive.net.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's Lee's Famous Recipes 3-piece special day. You get 3 pieces of famous or crispy chicken or famous strips, your choice of 2 sides, and a buttermilk biscuit, all just $8.26 tax included. A savings of almost $2. Catch the Danville special, a piece of their famous fish, chicken strip, a side of your choice, and buttermilk biscuit for one low price. Lee's caters at 859-236-8777. The best value every Wednesday is a 3-piece chicken dinner for only $8.26. Lee's Famous Recipe in Danville on South 4th.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projections, and if you're right, you can win big. Prize Picks is also available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Most importantly, they do not play about your money. All transactions on the app are fast, safe, and secure. Don't miss any of the action this season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. And now Prize Picks offers stacks, where you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code ROAM. Get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. That's code ROAM on Prize Picks to get a $50 bonus credit instantly in lineups when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit in lineups just for playing. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. And Ed Miracle had a coaching style back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and so forth. But would that work today?
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's. We have all the fun.
When Ed Miracle was coaching at Lynch East Main High School, he coached multiple sports from the late 50s through the 60s into the early 70s. And in football, he took that high school to 8 state championships between 1959 and 1971, winning 4 of them. Lynch, by the way, is in eastern Kentucky in Harlan County. He was a taskmaster. He was tough on his players, very demanding, and the players respected that. But times are different now. Kids are different now, and I wondered about that. So I talked to Ronnie Hampton. He played for Coach Miracle at Lynch East Main High School back in the late 60s.
Do you think he could coach today's kids?
No. Today.
Why?
They weren't raised as we were. We came from parents who were strict. So there was no back talking and there was no razzing and there was none of all of that. You know, it might have been some under our breath. But nowadays, in this contemporary society, kids say anything to adults and all, and he was a strong disciplinarian. And I don't know if kids can stand up to strong disciplinarians anymore.
So he was great in his era, but in today's times, a coach with his style, you don't think would work?
It would work, but he'd have to have a selected bunch of kids. Generally speaking, kids just, the old saying, they're not just what they used to be. You know, we took things because we did not go against grown-ups. But nowadays, kids don't hold back. that respect factor is not there. There are some kids that you can push, that you can motivate, but you'd have to do it in a different way. Ed was strict.
Coming up tomorrow, what he was like off the field. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Boyle County Fiscal Court may hold a public community forum to address a recent topic that's since caused some controversy. At their last fiscal court meeting, the Boyle Fiscal Court spent time discussing a Planning and Zoning Commission vote that would raise the county's minimum residential lot size from 1 acre to 5 acres, a move that Magistrate Tom Ellis said would make it significantly more difficult for a family to buy land to build a home on, with the cost of 1 acre of land around $30,000, making the minimum 5 acres means to build a home in Boyle, around $150,000 would be needed just for the land, and that's before building the house. There's also the thought, however, that raising the minimum acreage would protect rural infrastructure like roads and water systems. No decision was made, and the court agreed that they needed more public input before they'd make a decision. A Boyle County group is hosting a session on climate strategies. The Women's Network of Boyle County, in conjunction with Resilient Boyle, is hosting the public meeting next Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the Intercounty Energy Community Room. It'll be led by Dan Noled from Inroads and a member of the Resilient Boyle group. The meeting is open and the public is encouraged to attend. Again, it's Tuesday, November the 11th at 7 o'clock at Intercounty Energy's Community Room. The city of Danville is bringing the Traveling Vietnam War Veterans Memorial Wall to Danville next year. The city announced that they had come to an agreement with the Traveling Vietnam Wall to come to Boyle County as a part of the 250th celebration for Boyle County and the 4th of July military festivities next year. The dates of the wall being in Danville will be July 3rd and 4th of 2026. And one of the biggest events to honor veterans in the state will happen this Friday. Heritage Hospice's 15th annual Veterans Appreciation Luncheon will take place Friday at the Danville National Guard Armory. The free event honors veterans from Boyle, Garrett, Lincoln, and Mercer counties and includes a lunch and door prizes. Those who come are invited to park at the Danville Stadium, where they can be shuttled up to the Danville National Guard Armory for the event. Again, that's this Friday from 11 until 2 at the Danville National Guard Armory. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh, brought to you by our friends. They are hanging out over at the Little Sign Shop. Our new owners and operators offering all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391. You get sunshine, a high today of 68, a low tonight of 35, sunny and 60 tomorrow. And again, both Titletown teams playing their high school football games tomorrow night. Boyle County and Whitley County and Danville and Greene County both playing Thursday evening. Boyle was already scheduled theirs for Thursday. Danville moved theirs up because of potential thunderstorms on Friday, and that sounds like a worst-case scenario, trying to get a playoff game in with thunderstorms and lightning in the area. So they will play tomorrow night. We'll have both those games tomorrow night. Boyle's game on Z105, Danville's game right here on WHIR. Saturday, sunny and 64 for Kentucky and Florida. Right now, it's 9:40 in the morning, 55 degrees, and we're going to Farmers National Bank. We've got Sharon and Brant in studio with us. Good morning. How are you all this morning?
Morning, great.
Yeah, I appreciate you all being on. We got a lot to talk about today. One of the topics of conversation is the Lights, Camera, Save competition that you all take part in every single year. Let's start off. Basic question number one. What is Lights, Camera, Save? What is it?
Lights, Camera, Save is a video contest that local students ages 13 to 18 have the opportunity to participate in. What they do is they can create a 30-second video on any financial topic. It could be on fraud prevention. It could be on how to open a savings account or how to save money for that first car, how to open a checking account. And this contest gives these students an opportunity to share their talents. As you know, we're so technologically involved in everything now, and these younger students, they have the skills and talent to do this. So it's a 30-second video that they put together. If they're between the ages of 13 to 18, you just have to be 18 by no later than December 1st.
Okay.
The contest runs through December 1st, so they have to have the video submitted to us by that date. This was a contest that we started about 3 years ago in a partnership with the American Bankers Association.
Okay.
And we are proud to say in the last 2 years, we have had 2 winners that, went to the national level and did very well at those levels. And I'm going to let Brent explain a little bit how you enter the contest.
Okay.
And Brent, you want to jump in on that?
Yeah. So as Sharon said, at the national level, so we'll have a local winner here. They go to the national level, in which we'll have a chance to win $10,000.
Yeah.
And our goal is we want to see a talented student from this area walk away with the $10,000. I did a little math this morning. The $10,000. Oh my gosh! Think of what that could do for their future education, or potentially if you just put that in an investment account that drew just 7% a year over 50 years. They may be sitting there with $300,000 to $500,000
off of a $10,000 project as a high schooler.
Yeah, off to $10,000. That's the power of compound interest. So what we're going to do is schools, all Boyle County schools, we're going to do we'll have a winner from each school district.
Okay.
So for instance, Boyle County High School, Danville High School, DCA, KSD, we'll pick a winner from each of those schools. They can win $500, and that's per school. That's not just for county. That's per school. Then what we'll do is from all of our 5 county markets, we'll have an overall winner that'll win another $500.
Okay.
So then they'd have 1,000 total.
That's 1,000. Right.
That's 1,000. Then they're moving on for the chance at that 10,000, and there's other cash prizes below that 10, but 10's the
grand prize.
The grand prize. But to enter, as Sharon mentioned, 30 seconds or less video on the financial topic. I will say if students go to our Facebook page, we've shared some of the past winners and the past videos that they can quickly see on there to
give them some ideas.
To give them some ideas, or they can just search under Lights Camera Save on just Google it, and they can see past winners for inspiration and ideas. But then what happens is we'll vote internally and send that on. But to enter all the information, if you go to the Farmers National Bank website at fnbky.com, right there on the homepage, you'll see some information you can click, and it'll explain everything. Or just reach out to us, or stop in a branch, or talk to any of our team members.
And every student that enters a video gets $50.
Okay, just right off the bat, just for taking part in the project.
Right, that they can sit there in just a few seconds, because these students are so talented.
Yeah.
And just to give you an idea of how we're utilizing their talents, some of the videos that were created last year, especially on fraud prevention, we have been sharing those this past month during October, because that's National Cyber Security Month.
Right.
Those videos have been circulating out there for the past month, and we had one individual that submitted a fraud video that we've been using during the month of October. Their video is like second highest of videos of anything that we've put out there for the whole month of October.
Wow.
So it goes to show that these students are very talented, and people are paying attention to what they're doing.
Uh-huh.
So even if they don't win the grand prize, it'd be great to say to your children someday, I had a video that Farmers National Bank used during that month. I mean, it's just a great opportunity for the students.
Yeah, and even those students that are wanting to get involved maybe in the technology side of things as they pursue maybe higher education, if they want to go to college. I mean, like if colleges are looking for, hey, show me what you've done.
Right.
What kind of background work have you done in high school? Hey, here's a video
that would
I
look
did.
Good. It looks good on their
like an application,
college
resume, whatever it may be.
Job applications in the future.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
You can be able to pull that back up and showcase your talents.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So it can be anything financial related.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
So from opening a savings account to saving money to fraud prevention to
how to buy that first car.
Yeah.
Or
making smart shopping decisions.
So basically, the opportunity to be creative is endless. Whatever the student wants to make it on, as long as it's financial related, they can make it on that.
Yes.
So have you all got in touch with, like, I know you said there's a winner from each school district, but like, are the tech classes, the video classes, the audio classes, are they in on this? The school project?
Yes, we visited. Actually, this afternoon, I'm going to Danville Christian Academy.
Okay, not a far drive from here.
No. I actually,
you beat the traffic if you leave now, Brent.
I could hang out with you and walk across the street.
Yeah, exactly.
Today. But yeah, we've been to Boyle County. We've always had great turnout from Danville schools. We've been talking to KSD. So yeah, we go into the classroom because a lot of times that's great because we can give the explanation of the program, but also we'll go in and show them the clips, but also we give them a little bit of tips on, we're trying to crack the code on how to win this whole shebang for a student. So we've seen what other students from other areas have done. So we try to give a little bit of helpful tips too. Not just to win the local contest, but like I said, we really want to see somebody win that $10,000 prize.
Because we have had some really good
I remember
ones.
the kid from Bergen last year.
Yes.
I think it was in Bergen, right?
Yes.
And then you had a Danville student the year before that that did really well. So we've had some good ones, but you just got to, like you said, crack that code of what the judges are looking for, I guess, and what the voters are looking for. Because I know there's certain situations where people are voting for the videos too, right?
That's correct. So there's an online. So that's a great point. So when we get our winner, it'll go to an Instagram contest. So it's online voting. So we've been, the community has really rallied behind these students, and they'll vote for them online.
Yeah.
So we've always, won that round or made it into the final round. But then the final round is judging by the actual American Bankers Association, and they have a big conference, and they'll watch at the conference and vote.
The people that attend the marketing, normally the attendees to that year at the marketing convention, they get to vote too, on the final.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty involved as far as that, but the opportunities are out there, and we've got some talented students.
What
in
is
this
the
area.
length of the video? What's it supposed to be?
30 seconds.
All right, so that's like the only thing, 30 seconds max, but any financial topic that you want to make it about, just one stipulation, can't be longer than 30 seconds.
Right. Correct. So if you're a parent or a grandparent or a neighbor of a student that's in the 13 to 18 age, you are to encourage them to do this. And again, if you go on the website and you're still, a little confused on the information, just give us a call at the bank. Just call and say you want to talk to Sharon or Brent about the contest, and we'll be glad to talk to you.
Yeah, again, if you picked up this information halfway through the interview, maybe you heard parts of it, and then the baby started crying, so you had to go, and you feel like, hey, we've got a student in our household that may want to do this and be good at this. Call Farmers National Bank. They'd love to talk to you about the Lights, Camera, Save video competition going on right now. The students have until
December 1st.
December 1st to turn those video submissions in. It's 9:51 in the morning. We'll step aside, come back, and on the other side of this break, speaking of youngsters, the Boyle County Youth Leadership Academy is coming up, and we'll talk about that with Sharon and Brant and Farmers National Bank right here in the Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
I'm Boyle County Judge Executive Trilly Bottom. The Boyle County EMS Crisis Response Unit is here to help. Whether you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or just need to talk to someone, our team is trained, compassionate, and ready to respond. Call the Boyle County EMS Crisis Response Unit today, 238-1134, because your mental health matters.
Boyle County EMS, every second counts, every life matters.
The Titletown Turkey Trot is so back. After more than 325 runners last year, Danville's most unique race returns, bigger and better than ever. The Thanksgiving morning race features a 1-mile gobble wobble and the Titletown 5K. It's a chip-timed race with overall age and group awards and free race photos, but everyone gets a long-sleeve shirt and finisher's medal, free popcorn and cotton candy. Start up a new Thanksgiving tradition, the Titletown Turkey Trot 5K, presented by Danville Office Equipment. Sign up now at runsignup.com, and we'll see you Thanksgiving morning, 8 o'clock at Rebel Stadium for the Titletown Turkey Trot.
A few years ago, Steve Faircow's lungs were failing.
I don't think I had more than a couple weeks to live.
That's when Steve received a lung transplant made possible by an organ donor. Now Steve can do things he never imagined, like climbing 94 floors to the top of a skyscraper.
I never knew that breathing could feel this good. It's an incredible gift.
What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
My name is Kama McKinney, and I serve as the Executive Director of Chrysalis House. Far too many Kentuckians are struggling with addiction without knowing what resources are available to them. If you or a loved one are in need of a treatment center like Chrysalis House, you can call the KY Help call center at 833-8KY-HELP or visit findhelpnowky.org to find resources that are available near you. We are here, we care, and we want to help.
This is a message from Team Kentucky, sponsored by the Office of Drug Control Policy and aired by this station.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
All right, 9:53 in the morning, 56 degrees, Wednesday, the 5th day of the month of November. Sharon Howell joins us, Brent Welsh in studio as well from Farmers National Bank, and Sharon is in here to talk as well. Half of this segment about the Boyle County Youth Leadership. And Sharon, tell us, what is Boyle County Youth Leadership? What's Farmers National Bank's role in the Boyle County Youth Leadership?
Okay. Well, Joe, the Boyle County Youth Leadership Project started actually in 1996. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but the Boyle County Chamber of Commerce has an adult program called Leadership.
Yes.
And what that is, individuals that work within the community get to have a day where they go out, and I might come here for an hour or two and find out what you all do here at the station. Then we might go across the street to DCA and see what they do. So when I participated in that adult program back in 94, 95, we were tasked to come up at year end with some suggestions on how to improve the program.
Okay.
And then we were put into little committees and groups. So there was a group, about 3 or 4 of us in my group. And one of the things that we saw about midway of that year was all of these opportunities to go out and see what you do here are great. But if I'm a young person, I don't know this.
Yes, yeah.
And as you get to be in, your junior, senior year, high school, the kids are trying to decide, do I go to college? The first thing that everybody gets asked, well, what are you going to major in? Well, how do you know what you want to major in when you're a junior or senior in high school if you don't truly know what's out there? So we came up with this idea of kind of mirroring the adult program for youth. So what we decided to do that first year, we had to go out and raise money on our own, 3 or 4 of us. We were going to start this youth leadership program for juniors and seniors in Boyle County, Danville schools. So that year we did do that. We had a successful year. And then we asked that same group to give a report at year end on something they saw in the community that, that we could improve on or that the community needed. And this group came back and said, this program. And on that day, of course, there were several members from the bank board of directors that were at that presentation. And the kids all kept saying, continue this program. This is a great program. So the bank pretty much made that commitment to get involved.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'm glad to say and proud to say that Farmers National Bank has been involved with this program. It'll be 30 years.
Wow.
When this group graduates.
Did you ever think that back when you started?
No,
30 years later, still doing it.
Did not have a clue. So anyway, this group that's going to graduate in March. Already over 215 students have been through the program. Juniors and
seniors in high school
have been through the program. So what we do each day, like each month, we have one day, we have a topic. For example, in October, it was Agricultural Day, so we took them out, showed them different businesses, and took them actually to a farm. This next week, we're going to have Economic and Business Day. We got a Health and Human Services Day, a Local Government and Justice Day, and then they end up in March with a Graduation Day. And on that day, we're planning to take them to BCTC
right.
to get them a little what that's all about, because you hear a lot of these students now say, I don't want to go to school 4 years. I want to get into some type
A
of
certificate degree.
I want to get
it
into some type of technology field
Yes.
or whatever. And so we're going to take them there, and then we'll end up at Center College, for graduation on that day. And I do want to do a shout out this year too. Bluegrass Community Action Partnership and Stuart Powell Ford Mazda are furnishing our transportation for these students. We have students from Boyle County High School, Danville High School, DCA, and KSD. These are very talented students, and we're looking forward to see what they're going to present to us in March when they do their little presentations, because they'll have groups of 3 and 4 that'll do their presentation to see what they're going to recommend, either for this program or for something that they see in the community. And I do want to throw out very quickly, of the 215 students that's been through the program already, I kind of looked around to see what some of the professional careers are of those people. I'm proud to say the first class that went through this program, we have a gentleman that is actually a principal at Danville High School. He was in my first class. Also, I want to throw out the person that used to be over the Senior Citizen Senior Center was one of the first students in that class.
Wow.
So they are giving back to their community.
And staying in the community, too, and working hard, knowing what this community has, being involved. And it started at a young age in this in the first couple of classes of the youth leadership.
And actually, we have a couple of students that their parents were in that first program. So
that's when you know it's been around for a while.
That's when I started to feel my age.
Yes, yeah. If you all are obviously filled for this year, next year, so maybe we've got parents of sophomores or juniors that weren't involved this year. They're hearing this. They want to be involved. They think their kid will like this. How does a kid, are they referred for this, or can they sign up for this, or how does that work?
Okay, it's through your counselor's office. The applications are at the counselor's office. Right now, we're doing the program every other year. So, like next year would be the off year. So it'd be the students that are like freshmen, sophomores now.
Okay, that would be the ones that would be involved, and so that would be in 2027. Then is what you're saying.
Next year's 26, and it's hard to believe. Yeah, next year is 26.
Yeah. So Sharon Howe with Farmers National Bank, what a phenomenal program. Also, Lights, Camera, Action. If you have any questions about that, getting your kid who maybe wants to do some video editing, wants to write a 30-second commercial and a chance to win $10,000. And I noticed, Brent, your math was for someone who wins $10,000. But if they win the local contest, it's $1,000, right? They get $500 for doing that. So it'd be $11,000 at 50 years compound interest. So it'd be more than what you said.
Definitely.
So we're selling the money short that you could get if you save it for 50 years after you win. And we got some local, very talented people, and we know we got a great chance to get a winner for the Lights, Camera, Save Action nationwide competition from one of our local students here.
Yes.
Call Farmers National Bank if you have any question. What's the phone number for farmers?
It's 859-236-2926.
859-236-2926. Brant, Sharon, appreciate you all being on, and we'll talk to you later, okay?
Thank you, Joe.
Absolutely. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Top Hour News is underway on AM 1230 WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
To the Louisville, Kentucky, Muhammad Ali